tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pond. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. We came for one, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man, so tough when mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. My girls never tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
It's over. And I don't just mean my week, because that's not over. It's only Wednesday. What's over, Zaz? It's not how beautiful you look.
Oh, thank you.
I'll never get over that.
Usually I feel like I just look so confident, but I appreciate the beauty mark as well.
It's staggering.
Thank you.
What's over is the NFL is no longer interested in being a sports league. They're done with it. Roger Goodell, with what I consider to be the quote of the year, maybe the decade, when he said it privately, but it's now public, that he's not competing with Major League Baseball and the NBA anymore. Forget it. He's competing with Google and Apple. I was despondent beyond repair because I was trying to catch the NFL as part of MLB. Now he's done a deal with ESPN, and he is on his way. The separator of all separators, where now, if his franchises aren't worth $10 billion, forget the Lakers, he's going for more and more and more, and he's going to get there.
Yeah, this is a $1 trillion enterprise now. Very complicated deal because it's being positioned as ESPN owns NFL Network, but really what's happening is the NFL now owns a pretty decent-sized chunk of ESPN, and there are a ton of indicators right now that Disney is looking to spin off ESPN, and if that is the case, and if that happens soon, the NFL and its owners stand to make a lot of money.
Dave, I don't think that they can compete with the Googles and the Apples of the world until they come out with their own email, right? If I get NFL email, now I'm in.
Hang on a second. Slow it down for me, David.
Tony
you're,
at NFL.com.
You're great at this. Explain it to me like I'm 10 years old and I'm an NFL fan. How does this change my football? How does this change my ESPN? And then how does this change my NFL long term?
I'd like you to reach into your right pocket and see if you have $29.99.
Definitely don't.
And I'd like you to have to do that every month, one time. Because
what does that get me?
That's a great question. It gets you the new ESPN DTC.
It's a bundle, though, right? It also comes with the Hulu and Disney Plus.
The $29.99 is going to be just this ESPN.
Oh,
Now,
so it'll be a little bit more
deals.
with the bundle then. Okay.
Bundles are funny. You're a bundle guy?
Love a bundle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like bundles.
Who doesn't? We're
like
all
a
bundle guys. You're a bundle guy. I'm a bundle guy.
Why wouldn't I want a bundle?
I almost signed up for Walmart Plus the other because they told me you get Paramount Plus as part of
Oh,
my
I
Walmart
have it.
Plus
Oh,
subscription.
that's
Like
a bundle right there.
I don't even know how
That's a
often
good bundle.
That's what I was thinking because I have Paramount Plus and that I'm paying like $7.99 a month or something. But if I got a Walmart Plus, I get Walmart Plus and Paramount Plus. I don't know what I get with Walmart Plus, but 2 pluses?
Hey, David, you're on an island on your own here.
I have to understand, do any of you keep track of your bundles?
No.
Hell yeah.
Of course I do.
I always see that app that's like, hey, you should get this. It helps you keep track. I don't have that.
Nah. Just tell me how much money I get to keep in my checking
So,
account.
David, if I am somebody who grew up with cable television, is this very different than saying, hey, now if you want to watch football, you have to add a $29.99 sports package?
Well, ESPN is trying to make it now that they want you to want the $29.99, so they're offering all these things. They just announced this morning that you're now going to get wrestling. If
Hell
you're a
yeah.
wrestling guy,
Wait, so $29.99, I get NFL Red Zone and all the big pay-per-views for wrestling?
there's going to be a separate
Oh, yeah,
digital
baby.
Red
That's
Zone,
not bad.
baby.
Oh, wait, so that doesn't include Red Zone.
It's a special kind of Red Zone.
I don't like that.
Oh,
But it's
how do
not.
you
I heard
know?
it's not commercial free anymore. 7 hours of commercial free
What?
football's dead.
No one likes I thought people your age were fine with commercials now.
No, not when if you initially tell me commercial free, you can't go back on that.
Exactly right.
People
What
are
is it,
going
Scott
back
Hansen?
everywhere.
7 straight hours of
Yeah.
partially commercial-free football.
That doesn't flow as well.
What about the side-by-side commercials?
I'm good with that.
Where they say, we'll be right back in 30 seconds, but you keep a camera on the game during the timeout, but you're
I move over to another game. Titans Bills are playing. I go over there.
That seems like a banger this year.
It's gonna be
What a quarterback matchup. Oh, speaking of the Bills.
So that's the biggest difference there, David, is just a matter of consumer. Hey, you want to watch football? We're throwing another $30 bill into your life.
So really, the NFL has actually kept 4 extra games of inventory in this deal, and no one's talking about it.
Go on.
NFL Network used to have 7 games. Now, the NFL Network that is ESPN only has 3 games, which means
Plus Monday Night
that
Football.
there are 4. I'm talking about NFL Network. I'm talking about inventory. When you're talking cash, what do you need for cash? Inventory. The NFL has 4 extra games to go sell right now.
But you used to have to pay for NFL Network to watch those games. So this is no different then, right?
I'm not saying that that's not interesting. It's obviously an interesting detail of the deal. I'm just saying as a football consumer, I'm not really telling the difference if I'm watching it on the NFL Network, if I'm watching it on ESPN. Maybe the announcers are different and whatnot. But in terms of a big shift, that's not going to be one of them, right? So what about the ESPN part of it? Is it just more questionable or questioning their journalism now because they're even further in bed with the NFL?
Listen, that is something that we talked about on today's Nothing Personal. That's a big issue. Bob Iger came out in the announcement, Izzy, and said, don't you worry. The journalistic integrity, that is going to stand. And I was thinking to myself, if you're Don and you were doing the investigations that he was doing with the NFL, do you think he feels good about his job security? I'm not exactly sure the
DVN
NFL
does. I mean,
would
what
have
are we talking
great,
about here?
I mean, maybe him, but I got to tell you, you own 10% of a company. You are not going to sit there and criticize Jerry Jones for 4 hours on ESPN networks. I'm worried about the journalistic integrity, as you all should be, if that's where you get your journalism.
Yeah, but fans/viewers, they don't care about that. Like that's an us thing. We're interested in that stuff. Fans are sitting on their couch. They don't care about the journalistic integrity.
People love PTFO. They just did a 7-figure deal rumored.
Yeah, but isn't there a difference between PTFO is also that's entertaining too. Like Pablo's doing a different brand of journalism, okay? When we're talking about someone like Don Van Natta,
That's right.
That's like, not that Pablo doesn't do serious topics, but that's like hard-hitting stuff that I don't think fans really, I mean, some fans do, but the majority of fans, I think they just want their entertainment.
I wouldn't worry about Don Van Natta being fired.
Right,
for
I'm just using it as an
because
example.
if I'm ESPN, I'm keeping him in close. I'm not letting him go somewhere else where he can do investigative journalism somewhere else because he's really good at it. He'll figure out what he's going to figure out regardless. I'd rather have him under, quote, my control.
But you think like fans want all the juicy details?
I think different fans want different things. I want to know if I happen to be reading a story on the NFL through ESPN that it is legitimate, that it is not something I have to question. Otherwise, I will just go strictly to other outlets. But I don't think it affects my ESPN viewership on the other side where I'm not going to get the $29.99 package because those are two different things.
I think the fans of the NFL outweigh the fans of journalism by a lot.
I think that's what I'm saying.
They outweigh, what we're learning is fans of the NFL pretty much outweigh every other entity. Maybe it's true fans of NFL are greater than fans of Apple. Is that what Roger Goodell is saying is going to happen? There'll be more NFL fans than people with iPhones?
One more question. You say when he's going to compete with the Googles and whatnot, again, what does that mean for me? Not just maybe right now, but in the long term, because, obviously a monopoly or anything that strong is dangerous. It's not something you really want. So how does that affect me in the long term or even in the short term?
Unless you're interested in buying a team, I'm not sure it's going to impact you as a fan because I use my iPhone every day and I'm not all that interested in when Apple became a $300 billion business annually or a $200 billion business annually. There's a price point for iPhones. I know the game they play where your battery starts running out when they're ready for you to buy a
that's
new
a real
iPhone.
thing, right?
I'm ready for...
There was a lawsuit.
There was a lawsuit.
I got 8 cents for that.
Wait.
It's less so of a thing.
It doesn't matter whether it's a thing because
It was
I have
illegal.
eyes wide open. So it's the same thing when you're watching CNN or Fox, you have your eyes wide open. Oh, there's going to be a bias here. So I know that Apple is doing things that I don't like. I know TikTok is doing things I don't like, but the reason I engage with it is I make that choice. And so my eyes are wide open, and that's all we can do is inform people. The NFL, all they're doing by saying they want to be Apple and Google, they're going to need some products other than football. Apple and Google, what they did is they expanded. You talk about email. Tony, you nailed it.
NFL email.
It can't. NFL email has to be just the tip of the iceberg because that's a
Lock
funny
in that
thing.
handle.
I'm telling you, Tony at NFL.com.
The problem is that's actually what the employees at the NFL
I
have.
think
Yeah,
he
that's
gets something
taken
different.
already. There's
Nah,
a
but-
Tony that works at NFL.
I think he'll get it.
Thank you.
10-day Tony at NFL.
Ah, now we're talking.
That's
Okay.
got to be available.
That's for sure. I'm going to look it up.
there's all sorts of. Do you remember all the companies that started with email? Like, does anyone have an AOL email anymore?
I do. Yep.
I had
and I use it.
I had an @EXPN email. That was the extreme sports version of ESPN. Wow. They were giving away free ESPN, EXPN emails, and that was like my first.
You felt like a big deal when you got it, right?
Yeah.
Did it take?
Can you email me at pluckyduck@expn.com?
I believe email, as you know, that's funny, Tony. I don't think that is when you tend to compete with Apple and Google. That's just an ancillary thing. But what it does is it's data collection. So imagine if the NFL had all of the data from all of the NFL fans who are watching, because that's really, when you look at what Google and Apple are doing and the way their share price continues to go up and their revenue goes up, they know everything we want and everything we do. That's the power. And so, Izzy, if you want to be scared, if you're scared of that, I think it's already here, and the NFL just wants to be part of it.
I just like having better access to NFL Red Zone. It's like I feel like every year it's a bitch to figure out how do I get this? How do I get it this year? How do I get it this year? Now it's all right. ESPN's going to tell me exactly how I can get my Red Zone.
It's a Google search, Sass.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
No, but he's right about that. It's like I have Hulu bundle, so it's like I got to add the sports package, and then I got to make sure that the channel's on, and if it's not on, I got to turn it on.
I find it confusing.
But now, is it going to be just on ESPN 1? Like I'm going to turn on Sunday at 1 o'clock, and all of a sudden Scott Hansen's going to be there, or no?
Now I'm more confused because like before I knew, like I have Hulu also. I just go to Hulu and I say add the sports package, and I do that for like 6 months, $10, whatever it is, and then at the end,
you got that bundle?
I got
that bundle.
Like I have YouTube TV, which has ESPN. So shouldn't I just get NFL Red Zone?
Well, now that's
by
the
having
thing.
YouTube
Yeah,
TV?
I don't know.
Do I add it with Hulu? Does ESPN now provide it? Because I have the ESPN Plus. Then once this ESPN Super Plus, whatever comes out, like,
Explain it, David.
Does that get rid of my
You're still gonna
ESPN
be
Plus
okay.
bundle? Like, am I going to have channels? Am I not going to have channels? Like, someone tell me what's going on here. The season starts in like 3 weeks, and I don't know what I need to do. Now there's wrestling involved. I don't give a shit about that. Like, just tell me what I do about Red Zone. That's in 2026, so at least I know that. But, like, what do I do, David? What do I do?
What's he do?
What do I do, David?
I think we have to play the music, don't we? Because that's what today is. Where are we?
Honestly, I forgot it was Wednesday.
What is Wednesday?
Can anyone pay attention to what the day is? Because it just happened.
GQ's birthday?
Yeah, it's GQ's
No, that's
birthday.
tomorrow.
We have
That's
a
tomorrow,
dog
guys.
whipping
That's
about the
tomorrow.
office. There's like just a
Almost
bunch
tripped
going
on the dog. But today is a Wednesday.
Oh.
And Billy doing what Billy should.
Ash Wednesday. Oh.
That's in
Hold on to
spring.
your hats, partners. It's about to get wild.
Stop that.
Outrageous. Billy, I want you to just stay calm at all times. That should be your only goal. Because when it comes to finding your football or finding how do you find a channel? You go to the guide, you go to the thumbnail, and it's there. Don't worry about your bundling. Your Red Zone is going to be on your Hulu. It's going to be on your YouTube. It's the extra app for when you're streaming, for when you're on the go. You'll get your digital Red Zone if you don't want to authenticate through Hulu or YouTube.
Okay, final question, I promise, on this subject. Does it affect me going to a bar and being able to watch any game that I want to?
The bars will have it. That's just what you got to assume.
So the whole bar situation is a great one because they steal stuff. And it doesn't make me happy.
Are you smiling?
Now I don't care because now I enjoy it. But when you're in the game, there was always the thought that they had to pay in order to show, because what we would argue is that is a view. It's like showing a movie. You can watch a movie.
I'm not going to let you
I
do
regret
this.
asking this
Don't-
question.
Don't let them ruin the fun of
for
going to
real.
a bar and them
They got
having the UFC
DirecTV.
fight.
They got all the games. Don't
Stop
worry
it.
about it.
Stop that.
Sound a little
You don't,
snitchy.
you don't need to
Totally
do that.
fine,
you,
Izzy.
you don't need to do that.
Just saying, don't worry.
There aren't
That's the answer I
UFC
was hoping
enforcement
for.
agents walking into like, hey, B-Dubs doesn't have this partnership. What's going on over here? Don't ruin the fun, man.
Oh, is it? What about finding the non-licensed apparel guys next to the ballpark?
Let them sell.
Oh, come on. There's
What?
no way. There's
What do you
no
mean?
way.
Gotta want to earn.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
once
you.
went to a Miami Hurricanes football game, and someone in Tony's family was wearing our Cam Ward for Heisman shirts, but they were knockoffs. They weren't from our shop.
Dark
They
internet guy.
took our design.
No, different guy.
Put it on white shirts, and I was like, "Hey, man, thank you for supporting the Le Batard Show." He's like, "Oh, Tony works there. I didn't buy this from there. I made them myself." I'm like, "Thank you for your support."
It's a long story.
Did you ask that guy for the Ethernet cord?
No, that's a different guy.
How many guys do you have?
I got a guy for everything, Dave. What do you need? I got you.
And then a backup in case that guy gets pinched.
Amen.
Can I tell you that happened to me one time? The story that
You got pinched?
No. With using the cam, like, so when I was bar mitzvahed, all right. So we're talking a long time ago. Someone who a family friend is an artist, okay, comic books and whatnot. So he drew a caricature of me for bar mitzvahs. You used to give away shirts to all your friends at the end. I was at. It was a slam dunk at Jonathan's bar mitzvah, and it was a picture of me, a caricature of me, the big head, the little body, dunking a basketball. Really cool. I had a slam dunk at Jonathan's bar mitzvah, whatever it was. Several months later, I ran into a kid wearing a shirt, a bar mitzvah shirt. It was the same picture. It was me dunking the basketball, but it was someone else's bar mitzvah. I stopped the person. I go, that's me. She looked at me like I had 4 eyes. Okay, I go, no, that's me. That's.
Did you ask for a $5?
That's me. You don't understand. She thought I was crazy.
A bootleg Zaz
The
t-shirt.
company that printed the caricature, we never got a copyright. They kept the picture and they distributed it for other bar mitzvahs. So a picture of me is on these other bar mitzvah shirts.
How did that make you feel?
Well,
Violated?
Yeah, it made me feel a little bit weird.
Poor?
No, just a little bit. Well, our family friend who designed it was very angry, and he was mad at himself because he didn't copyright it.
He had a cut.
He was very angry. But me, I was like, "You're wearing it. That's me. That's me."
Did the other kids look like you? Like, why?
I don't know who the kid was. I just know the girl who was wearing the shirt, and she thought I was insane that I was saying that that's me, but it was me.
Are you all failing to realize the unbelievable power of the copyright, of the patent? It's how the world goes round.
It's so easy. All you got to do, you have the thing, and you just say, copyright. And as long as everybody hears it.
right.
Just like bankruptcy.
Exactly.
That is the greatest legal advice this show's ever given. All you have to do is
good.
look at something and yell, copyright.
Say it into a microphone or on a camera. You say the thing.
It's on the record.
Yeah. Everybody knows on the record. Everyone knows. Sometimes you gotta go on the record. Everybody knows that. But if you're trying to copyright something, you say the thing and then you go, copyright.
I think you can also scream patent pending, and then they know
I think
it's
so, too.
It's pending.
I think
where?
so too.
So I may have not finished it, but it's pending now. So you
the
better
place.
not. Exactly right.
It's
the patent
pending at the place.
Patent pending.
That's what they do on Shark Tank. They're like, I got the patent.
yeah,
It's
it's pending.
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 Like, Billy, is there anything you want to,
Not that I'm telling you about.
All right,
Then
well-
you scream copyright at it, and it's yours.
Copyright.
I'm no
I
dummy.
tried to get him.
I'm no
I tried-
dummy.
Yeah, I
I
tried
see
to
your
get
tricks.
him. I tried to get him. I forgot it's Wild Billy Wednesday.
Copyright.
That doesn't mean just because it's his day. It doesn't mean that everything he says is his.
Copyright.
No, it's
got
actually
you, Dave.
Metalark's.
Tough shit, Dave. It's mine now. You like that shirt? Copyright. Mine now.
That's how it works, David.
Take it off. Hand it to me.
You want
Take
my-
off your shirt right
you want
now.
My current shirt.
Yeah,
Come on,
take it
David,
off.
you know
That's
the
my
rules.
shirt.
Rules are
Will
rules.
you? I actually
violated
have
the
that
trademark.
shirt.
This shirt?
Yeah,
Did you get it for $12 at the end of your sale like I did?
I got it FREE.
Wow.
From a former EMPLOYEE who did it behind Jeter's back.
Why does that team have every color but the ones that people like?
It's, yeah.
Wait, you don't like that shirt? It's
Bring
a
back
red
the
shirt.
teal. Like what Jeffrey did to that, the bastardization of this great franchise and its logo. Yeah, hey, you know what? Let's have all the colors but teal. That was great. And then they went to red and
Caliente red.
Caliente red, which is, I guess, an upgrade over what they had before.
Well, this
but,
is Sugar Cane's red. Sugar
but
King's red.
just bring back the teal, man.
The jerseys you wore when you won Game 6, Yankee Stadium. That's the jersey.
That's the black. That's not teal.
I understand, but that's
This
the
is the
jersey.
easiest
teal and
thing.
black.
This is the easiest thing because they won 2 championships as the Florida Marlins. All right, they're such a transient franchise. They don't have an identifiable face outside of Mr. Marlin Jeff Conine. We'll be seeing him later. Whoa, that's right.
Yeah.
Breaking
Let's
news?
not get crazy.
What a throw.
He's an athlete after all.
What a throw.
But the only thing that's really that would help bridge this gap, because this is a weird franchise. It's got 2 things that everybody wants in the championships, but it struggles to find connection points. Just bring back the teal. Yeah. Like, that's a team that a lot of people grew up watching. The team in teal. Why not tap back into that base? And also, it's certifiably their best look. Lean in. This is stupid.
David, why is that? Like what Mike is saying is right. I think most of the fan base would prefer that. And I could say the same thing about the Dolphins. I would say almost the entire, I didn't do a survey, all right, but I'm guessing almost the entire fan base would love them to go back to the old unis and the old logos. So, and obviously it would sell huge. So why don't teams do that?
You mean do throwbacks?
No, like make it permanent
Make
again.
it permanent.
Well, they also changed the name, so then it gets tricky because the logo's an F.
Screw it. Bring the F back.
You can
I don't
tap
care.
back in. You can do like what the Brewers did, which is have an updated version of a throwback look. There's obviously a name change involved, so you don't have the F with the
look at
Marlin, but
that.
you replicate that style and you have an M. Like,
Would you allow the facts to change your mind, or is it just emotion?
tell me the facts, because
Facts are that the new logos in 2012, the new jerseys, just the facts. We weren't allowed to wear the orange jerseys after a while because the owner didn't like it. But the orange jerseys, the black jerseys, and the M hat were the top seller online.
yes.
And the revenue that we got from the rebrand was disproportionate to anything we had gotten back at Pro Player.
I understand how rebrands
Of course,
work.
I mean, like it's new.
Yeah, you gotta make people miss the old look. But now I think enough distance has gone by. We're over 20 years away from basically their last championship. Now's when you tap back in and you go to the popular look and you get to generate all sorts of revenue. And this one probably has more staying power.
Like what you just said doesn't mean that everyone that fans liked the new uniforms better. It's just it's new and you got to wear the new jersey and colors to the game. You don't have it. Like it just became available.
David, do you guys get a boost from it being very similar to the Maroon 5 logo?
So we did not. And so like the Twins' current logo looks a little like our M. If you look at the Twins logo, which you can check out on any of your devices while you're listening or watching the show live on the Le Batard YouTube channel. But I would tell you that we had it checked, not just by yelling, copyright. We didn't like do a thing where we had a new design and you just yell, copyright.
Someone may have
And
stolen
then all
it.
of a
You're
sudden-
lucky.
It would have made it so much easier. if
Sounds
you
like
did.
you wasted a lot of money going through the extra steps.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, all you
and
had to do was
I
yell
am
copyright.
regretful. That could have been like a utility infielder if we had just come on your show back in the day and shown the uniform and yelled copyright. But yes, it got cleared. But Maroon 5 was one of the logos that came up that had to be checked as similar. And then there was a differentiation because the rule is, would anyone confuse a baseball team with the singer of...
Maroon 5.
No, but give me a I was trying to get to song, and I wanted you right there. I wanted to be in sync where you would
That's
just...
another
That's a
band.
different
This
band.
Love, is that them?
This love.
You don't know.
I didn't know if that was the name of the song, actually. Sorry.
We almost had it. We almost had the sync.
You didn't know. Come on. Everyone knows. I can name at least 12.
You can have 12 Maroon
Yeah,
5 songs.
I think so.
Without Googling.
Without Googling?
Go.
All right. Sunday morning. This Love.
I have no way to check this, by the way.
He's right so far.
Moves Like Jagger.
Yep. 3.
She Will Be Loved.
Yep. 4.
What's the one with SZA?
Slowing down at 4.
Harder to Breathe. Is that one?
Sure. A long way
We'll
from
count it.
12.
Yeah.
It's over, Zaz.
Telephone? Or is that's one?
It's Payphone.
Payphone. Oh,
One of those is Lady Gaga. One of those is Maroon 5.
Sorry to confuse you two. All right, half a dozen.
Okay.
That was well done.
It was not well done. He came out of the gate so strong at 12.
Yeah, you were confident, but man,
was.
You wheezed to the finish line there.
I did not say sugar. What was the one with SZA?
Billy owns that song now. Whoa.
I own sugar in general.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Had
The
to
Sugar
pick-
King.
You have to kind of pick. Thank you. You got to pick your spots, Zaz. Multi-purpose copyright is what I just did there.
I see
You're
what
trying
you
to
did.
get the condiment, the song, the shirt, the whole package.
And, kisses and such. Sugar. You
Animals.
said give daddy some sugar. You ever say that?
Oh, that's a good move by you. That's multifaceted.
Exactly right.
Giving daddy sugar, is that Coke?
No,
What does that mean?
Give me
Here,
some.
yes.
Give me some sugar.
Here, yes.
Yeah. Give daddy some sugar.
Give me some sugar right
You've
now.
never said that when you're out at night?
You're
Give
thinking
daddy
booger
some
sugar.
I'm thinking that I've never said that other than when
Why
I was
not?
having
You've seen
cereal.
so many movies.
You
There's
thinking about that white lady?
You've never like an old timey movie with like a mom like, give me some sugar. Come here, give me some sugar. You've never heard that saying?
I to this day,
Think about that yayo.
today at 24 minutes after an hour is the first time I've heard that expression, give me some sugar. I've heard a song, pour some sugar on me.
I should have just let you say that.
Too.
I can name at least 3 of their songs.
That 3 is not worthy of stopping the show over.
Well, definitely 2.
Can you name the drummer?
One-arm guy.
How depressing is that that's how people know him?
I don't know. No one would know him at all
He
otherwise.
has one arm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a drummer
Copyright.
with one arm.
That was their copyright.
He got into an accident, and he kept drumming with a new drum kit. If we can show, I don't know if we
Drum
can show
set.
a drum set or a drum kit.
That's a kit.
It's
He's
a kit.
right,
It's a
yeah.
kit.
Copyright it.
I'm on it.
And he plays the drums with his feet as though they're his hands, and then I think his hand like it's the foot.
And his hands
it's-
play as the feet.
And it's amazing. He only has one hand because he has one arm.
If you listen to their music, it definitely sounds like the drummer has one arm. I'm not. That's not an insult.
No
like, it's just
way.
there's no. Yes, way.
You can tell the difference between a one-armed drummer and a two-armed drummer.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying once you enter knowing that the drummer has one arm, the sound makes a lot of sense coming from the drums. You know,
Both are acceptable.
it ain't exactly Slipknot drums.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing a picture of a one-armed drummer, and he kept going.
Rick Allen. That's his name, Rick Allen.
It's like the guys
his
in
name.
the Traveling Wilburys. This was a funny thing from my life. That's
it
a
is.
band.
Oh, it's
Do you not
one-armed
know the
drummer.
name? This is a critical part of the moment. Is it Rick Allen?
It might be one-armed drummer.
It's one-armed drummer.
I think Mike's right.
Can you name the members of the Traveling Wilburys?
I have
I can do
no
that.
idea who that is.
I can do that. Jeff Lynne, a little guy named Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, and Roy Orbison, who definitely dyed his hair. Am I missing one? Oh, George Harrison.
So the guy with one arm's from Def Leppard. I thought the Maroon 5 drummer had one arm. He has 2.
I'm pretty sure every other drummer of every other band you've ever heard of at any music festival has 2 arms. I believe Mr. Allen is the only one-armed drummer around.
Wait, did I get all the
You did.
Wilburys?
And so the point of that is most people don't get the first name you gave. 99% of people, when asked that question, can name the entire band except for the guy from ELO.
Feels like a made-up stat.
It's absolutely
Is that
made up.
why? Is that why later on they marketed themselves as Jeff Lynne's ELO?
Because people didn't know his name.
Do you know what ELO stands for?
Electric Light Orchestra.
That's right. Look at us playing the worst game of trivia ever imagined.
I found a guy named Alvin Law who's a drummer with no arms.
Get out of town.
Drums with his feet. Also no hair.
Trademark.
Can you tell the difference between a no-arm drummer and a one-arm drummer?
No, I'm saying if you give me that bit of information on the front end and then I listen to the music, I could probably sit and listen and be like, that makes sense.
We got to get that guy on.
Rick Allen?
No, the guy who drums with no
Alvin
arms.
Law?
Yeah, that guy.
I'd rather get the guy from Def Leppard
Well,
because it's a success story.
Well, you have your own show.
yeah, I disagree.
I don't have my own bookers, though.
No, we're talking a no-arm guy.
Yeah.
Can Billy get that done
Alvin Law? Or
right now?
Def Leppard.
All right, well, listen, let's not get greedy.
Where's Saskatchewan? What time zone is that?
That is-
See, I told you. You know how much easier it would be to know what time it is in Saskatchewan if everyone was on East Coast time zone, which of course everybody knows is the Lord's time zone. Wouldn't have to worry about what time
It'd
it
be
is over there.
9:28 over there.
It'd be 9:28 in the Lord's time zone in Saskatchewan.
Are you trying to have one time zone across the universe?
trying? I'm putting forth a major effort. Yes. You know how easy it would be for meetings and just everything. Like, hey, what time? I don't have to worry about time difference. Yeah, see you at 1 p.m. Okay, good.
I've got you. Do you know that in Antarctica, where I was lucky enough to run a marathon, you get to choose your time zone?
You
Because
should.
if you think about how time zones are, they go around the globe and they all meet at the bottom.
Which
And
did you
so-
choose?
And so, well, you're on a Russian base there in the Russian time zone. If you're on the U.S. base, they're in the U.S. time zone, and they're right next to each other. So it's totally different times.
Meetings have to be a nightmare there, Zaz.
It's insane.
Just choose your own time zone. Imagine that. Jeez.
That would be a wild Billy every day if there were mayhem within time zones. Imagine if you didn't have a setting on your Apple device that changed your
NFL device soon.
It could be. That changes when you
NFL
land.
phone. It's the shape of a football instead of like a regular
Damn.
iPhone. It's like an
I'm in.
oblong shape.
Go long.
Our guy John Skipper invented and was part of the ESPN phone.
I remember.
They tried that
How did that do?
terribly.
Yeah, but NFL's got more juice, though. You get an NFL phone, all of a sudden, that changes things.
There are phones that are licensed products that are NFL balls.
Juju has one.
That if you lift up, it's a phone, but it's not a cellular phone. You can't. It's corded
Not yet.
with an Ethernet cord.
Do you think the NFL makes more investments?
They have an entire investment committee.
Right, but they've gotten away with not having to pay for their minor league for a very long time. And that sport, college football, seems like in the next 10 years it's headed towards private equity and a mass reshaping. At that point, does the NFL take the opportunity to be like, okay, we'll finally invest in this property and we'll make our portfolio a little bit more diversified and we have more attractive media rights that we can make more money off of?
But that's not diversified. I wish that we didn't have to own minor league teams in baseball. I'd love to have someone else pay for the development of the players. So the NFL, to me, why would they take a position? Now, do they have private equity companies that will have positions in NFL teams and will have positions in college sports programs? 100%. But those are multi-billion-dollar funds.
How would that work? Wouldn't the NFL then need to tie certain college teams to NFL teams, and then you're actually drafting people out of high school into the NFL? I mean, into the NCAA and then the NFL. That seems like just an extra step that is way too hard to figure out.
That's the minor leagues in baseball.
I think they can be silent partners. They just fund the operation and they let the administrators run those programs.
Because that happens so often is when you get funded by someone, they just take a step back and don't get involved at all. They're thrilled just to be there. Yeah, I don't think that the silent NFL would not be, as with ESPN, I don't think they're a silent investor. I really don't. I view it as they are... Chris.
But not so silent, throat clearing.
He's not sick, guys. He's not sick.
What is the purpose of the button?
No, you did it right. It's just we heard it, just acknowledging.
But it's the audience who doesn't.
No, I think
you don't
they
have to
do.
Stop the show.
If I hear it in my headphones, David,
It's pretty loud.
that's what the audience hears.
Yeah. Because you got to remember, my mic is still on.
What's the purpose of the off of a mute button?
For you to, if you do it quieter than you did, it would probably not get picked up.
Right. It probably gets picked up by my mic. Because David, that was loud.
And generally, you do it when the Zaz is talking and the mic's and the camera's on him. Then you can kind of get it. If you're mid-sentence and all of a sudden, turn your mic on, Izzy. And if all of a sudden, if I'm talking and mid-sentence, I'm like, you still pick it up on another mic in the room.
See? That was a good example.
I will try to do better.
No, you're great. You're doing great.
I just find it to be unreasonable.
We're just having fun here.
That the mute button doesn't mute.
No, it does mute.
That
But my mic
sounds
is on.
Metalarchy.
No, it does mute. But my mic is 3 feet from yours. My mic's picking you up.
If anything, the equipment's too good that it's picking you up when you're making noise. Yeah, we got the
you
best
should give Metalark's equipment credit, actually.
Sometimes things can be so good they're bad.
Yeah. Maybe that's one of them.
I don't think that NFL will spend $1 investing in college football. $1. I will be very much looking forward to the point when NFL does diversify. They take their equity position in ESPN. That gets spun off. Then you know exactly what ESPN is worth because they'll have a number of shares in that entity. They will take more money that they continue to make from broadcasting when they open up the deals, Izzy, and renegotiate every deal in 3 years' time, where they could take away games from ESPN or give ESPN below market games because they own part of ESPN. Wait for that to happen. Then they go take cash and do what MLB does, where you make a bunch of investments. You have a whole committee where all they're doing is investing in things that have nothing to do with football or baseball.
Do you think this affects the potential new negotiations with Major League Baseball and ESPN?
That is something that you should think about. You know why? Because what is the DTC for $29.99? Are you in your pocket during the summer? What do you got? No football games. Why are you going in your pocket for that $29.99?
Wrestling, pay-per-views.
Wrestling, that's something. They gotta find content. So baseball
Highlight,
is
probably still part of the plan, right?
very cricket.
Manu's still a Cyclone.
Yeah, we had to break that news.
What happened?
Manu, we kept him.
Again?
He's the face of the franchise, guys.
You
He's
guys
Mr.
don't
Cyclone.
know Pelota.
You
guys don't
finished
know
in
Pelota.
the last 4
He's
seasons.
not the problem. You're the problem.
What's his salary?
Nothing.
You
It's,
know,
they don't deal with that. It's,
That's not that sounds like a problem for the owners.
I'm sorry, I got it wrong. I thought that you were involved in that way as well.
Yes.
We don't go public with that
Yeah,
information.
we don't.
You're not willing to disclose
No.
what your highest paid player is?
No, we don't need to do that
They're all
because we
paid the
collude with
same.
the other owners.
Nice. I'd like Pablo Torre to find out exactly what you're paying your guys.
So you mentioned the point about Pablo and how that's entertainment and journalism.
Yeah.
Which is very true. ESPN didn't do that kind of thing, but it did make me daydream about Bob Lee showing up to the Airbnb and showing up on the Ring camera for dramatic effect.
That would have been better than Pablo doing
Would
it,
have been
right?
way better.
Yeah.
It's even better that you paid for that Airbnb.
Wait a second.
That's the part.
Man, Bob Lee.
How the hell?
That would have smacked.
And the ring cam?
Don't you kid yourself. I think the Ring cam comes with the Airbnb.
No, he bought his
No,
own.
they set up the ring cam in order so they could get footage of it. They put up their own ring cam.
BYORC?
just to
Yeah, it
narrate
was fake.
Yeah.
That's paid for. You own that. Was it rented with an option to
Fuentes gets a notification every time someone rings.
buy at the Airbnb?
At the Airbnb is still there.
Seaside town
Still
in
active.
Maine.
It's a party house, actually.
I read an article where Airbnbs have cameras, and I stayed at an Airbnb in Cooperstown, and I did a full sweep.
I was going to ask
I'm
if
always
you have
looking
one
around.
of those things that they sell that like detects cameras. You have one of those?
I did the sweep for both stuff, like a blue light stuff, and for cameras.
You take a blue light with
gotta
you to
do the sweep
hotels?
just for my area.
Oh, boy.
What'd you come up with?
I come up with a change of sheets very often and no comforters. And by the way, don't use the couch. I'm just saying. And the remote, oh my God.
I'm gonna
I
vomit.
shan't
A lot of jizz on the
use
remote?
People
Oh my
jizzing
God.
on the remote?
Oh my God.
every day.
I think they jizz on their hand and then touch the remote.
That's it. Copyright.
This episode is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
What is the going rate? I'm here in Miami, happily sitting in the chair and being with all of you this week. One more day tomorrow. And I did not go to the Marlins game because one was enough. But I can see from the Elser, which is amazing. The views from the Elser are amazing. And I purposely try to get the city view when I'm at the Elser because then I get to see Marlins Park. And I must admit that I'd rather look at Marlins Park than a cruise ship or the ocean because
You're like, I did that.
I didn't make the ocean.
You're like, sorry for jumping in, but that's just I just picture you having a nice morning coffee, just being like, "Look what I built."
I don't have that deep a voice when I'm alone in the morning. I don't say it out loud, nor do I drink coffee.
Look what I built.
But exactly, Izzy. But I will tell you that I enjoy, and when the game's going on, when I'm getting ready for the next day, the game starts at 6:40, and I'm trying to look in through the outfield wall on the east end. There's glass. I'm trying to see if from the Elser I can see into Marlins Park.
Do you have binoculars?
You
or
brought
something?
binoculars,
It's
I
like
bet.
3 miles away.
That sounds like someone who steals cable, David. It sounds like you're
if-
doing exactly what you were just speaking out against. You did not pay for a Marlins ticket.
If you grow up in New York and don't have a telescope, then you have not grown up in New York.
So wait a second.
Like,
You
for
carry
being
a
a peeping
telescope
Tom?
with you?
It's
I've been in multiple hotels and Airbnbs in New York that have telescopes.
a
Like,
real
it's a thing there.
You have to learn in the city.
Creepy.
You got to close the shades.
I think Billy's onto something. Are you essentially saying that if you're from New York City, you know how to be a peeping Tom?
I'm
That's the whole
saying
thing.
that New York City kids know how to do it.
So when you move into a place in New York, one of the first order of business is like, what can I see?
and who can see me?
Right.
That is what you do before you rent a place or buy a place in New York City. You always have to look up, down, left, right to see who exactly has view into your apartment. This can't be foreign to
Have you ever
everybody.
been in an intimate moment and you realize, oh shit, I didn't close the blinds? And you feel very vulnerable?
Often purposefully.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Nice.
Good
Only
for you.
Murders in the Building. Didn't they have a whole thing about a whole season about that?
Yeah,
Where
across the
building
way.
across the way.
It's a major thing there's a new
Also,
season
Friends
coming out.
has had that before, right? There's episodes
Yeah,
of
Ross
Friends
couldn't
where
figure
they're-
out which apartment the girl lived in, and he kept going to the wrong one. That
And
was
you
great.
try to find the apartment. It's a great trope. It's a great cinematic trope when you try to go across. It happened in a great movie that I love called Keeping the Faith,
Oh, that's a good movie.
where Ben Stiller and Jenna Elfman, and Ben Stiller went across to the guy who happens to be her real-life husband and tried to contact her to say he loved her. I love that movie. But in any case, I tried to look into Marlins Park because I wanted to see, and the fact is, the way we built the glass in the outfield wall, you can't see in. So therefore, I couldn't see the home run. I couldn't see the loss. I couldn't see any of it.
Well, it's on television.
Yeah.
Maybe that is true, except not when you're in Florida.
I've seen 2 Marlins games all year long available on my YouTube TV. I tried fishing for Marlins games, no pun intended.
Don't look
actually,
too hard.
and couldn't find any.
Well, they also this season are airing Friday games on like CBS 4. Oh, really? Or Channel 39. One of
Those
the
must
Yeah,
be
I think
the
it's
two that I
CW.
saw.
Yeah, it's one of the 2 channels that they own. They're airing Friday games there. So if you don't have the, I don't even remember what it's called, but the whatever plus that you can watch it on, you can watch it there.
Wasn't
It's
that
just
where they
not
were
Walmart.
showing Friday night games on Apple? So now it's just the other ones now that they're showing it?
That's national deal. The Friday night Apple is a national deal. The Friday night, what the Marlins are doing, and it's not an exclusive window. So there are other teams showing their regional games. But what the Marlins did, because their deal with the regional sports network, as many teams did, which has created such a big revenue disparity, is TV money, it's dried up. I mean, it's dried up like you're 90 and you're looking at the game saying, I can't find it. I have no idea what to do here. CW one day and FanDuel Network, you got to pay, what is it, $19.99?
I don't know, man. I signed up for it last year and it auto renewed. So
Should have got that bundle.
They don't have a bundle.
Wow.
They used, you know what happened? They started losing teams. And before I had to choose which one I wanted. Did I go Marlins Panthers? Did I go Heat Rays? I went Marlins Panthers.
Sorry,
yeah.
Heat. Sorry, Heat.
Terrible.
They broke it up. Before, when you had cable, you had both channels. Now, when they broke it up and you had to do the streaming, you had to choose which one you wanted.
That
But
was
I-
easy for me. Marlins, Panthers.
Well, I noticed what ended up happening is that as they lost teams, it seems as though all of the teams are now available on the one bundle that I had.
So you now have Marlins, Panthers, Heat.
No, Panthers left. Panthers are on Scripps or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what you pay to watch your local teams?
What I pay to watch my local teams, do I know?
That's a move. You say the question
Is that-
again.
are you delaying
It gives you more time to
Well,
think.
I'm trying to figure out exactly the question here. Like, you asking if I pay separate things to watch all the teams or if I watch them all in one place?
No, I think I know that answer. You can shift the question to me. So I'll go by the 4 teams, right? The Panthers last year, I ended up buying Panthers Plus for $70, and then I later found out I didn't have to.
You don't have to.
Right. Well, thank you, Mike.
I think you
Would've
get
been
that
helpful.
channel with an antenna too, so that's
Okay.
$0 that you can watch the Florida Panthers for.
Unless you're me and you
That's
get
a nice
suckered, then
donation
it's
you made. Okay.
$70. The Dolphins, I pay for, not for NFL, the whole thing. I just pay for the Red Zone channel, whatever package that is, and I believe that's just $30.
See, he
So
doesn't
right there,
even know. I
that's
told you.
90.
Red Zone's confusing.
Baseball, don't pay a dime, but if I did, I'm sure there's a number. And what am I missing? Miami Heat last year, I did have to, man, this is wild. So I used to borrow my sister's Fubo login.
Illegal.
Whoa, yeah, that's a
and
crime.
but then she canceled it. So then I had to purchase Fubo for like 3 months for the end of the season just to watch the Heat. And that was triple figures. So that's 3 months of $300 plus the other two that I do.
June Lee says you spend like $4,500 a year, so that's what you spend.
You have YouTube TV?
I do.
Well, then you do have the local Dolphins games. You have 7 and like 4.
Right. I only said I paid for the NFL Red Zone with the NFL.
I don't pay anything extra for any of the local teams. I get it all on my service.
YouTube TV is a little luxury I afford myself during football season. You know, the multi-screen.
4K is a little overrated.
You need
but the
YouTube TV
multi-screen's
for
great.
football.
What the companies count on is what Billy just said he does. He forgets about auto renew. The amount of money in auto renew.
Golf Now got me for $105.
How many months?
I was like, damn it! I haven't been golfing in 2 years.
I'm still at LA Fitness.
I was offered like free MLS for the year, and I was like, free for the year? I'll take that with my phone plan. Like, that's a good bundle. I'm not going to watch it, but I get it for free. Why would I turn that down? And I started reading. I'm like, you're going to be charged $70 next year. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not going to watch any of these games, and I'm going to forget to cancel this.
The previous administration did put forth legislation to make it simpler for people to cancel their subscriptions. And then the new administration was like, that makes too much sense. We're not going to do that anymore.
I understand your frustration, and I feel it as a consumer, where it's. I referred to it, and this is the old way to do it. I refer to it as Columbia House Gate, because that's how I would get in trouble as a kid, and that's aging me.
I owe Columbia House and BMG still so much money. I was scamming them left and right. I don't even care if you're out there and you hear me say, "Come at me, bro." I owe Columbia House and BMG so much money.
I'm pretty sure I paid $30 a month for a porn site for like the last 20 years that I've never seen. I just can't cancel it.
It's not as easy, and it doesn't matter. Obama, Trump, Harris, it doesn't matter. Whoever, Biden, it really doesn't. The fact is that you say you make it easy, but the truth of the matter is that there are certain ways, if you've tried to unsubscribe from an email list, the little tiny button where you have to unsubscribe, and then on top of that, you have to do another step.
Takes you another page,
And then if you don't hit it right,
then you got to give a reason why.
Which I hate giving.
ESPN Plus, you used to have to unsubscribe from the same device you used to subscribe. And then you have to think back and be like, what device did I subscribe to this on? Like, I have my email, I have my password. It's like, no, you need to do this from the same device you use. And it's like, that could have been an old computer. I'm never going to get out of this now.
You could have borrowed a friend's phone while you were at some gathering, and all of a sudden, you'll never be able to cancel.
How about most of these fitness places? This actually happened with me at Massage Envy. When you want to cancel the membership, you can't call. They make you go in person and sign some documents. Like, got shit to do, man.
I used to tell people I have COVID. I can't. I have COVID. And they're like, okay, don't come in here. Don't come in here. We'll cancel that for you right away. Like, I can't. And sure enough, LA Fitness canceled that real quick. They didn't want me going in there spreading
That's
COVID.
how I do it.
That's the greatest Wild Billy hack we've had all day, is that all you have to do is cough.
Well, I mean, it was in the middle of COVID, but I was being charged for a gym that wasn't even open, and I was like, I'm going to cancel this now. Like, you got to come in. I'm like, I can't come in. They're like, sir, please stay at home. Stay safe. Stay away from us.
I believe that if you looked at our GDP and you took a percentage
Was
of
that our GDP or our DGP? Because those are different.
Our, O-U-R, GDP.
No one knows what that means.
General draft position?
I'm with Tucker Carlson there. No one knows what that means.
Gross domestic product?
Yeah, no one knows how to calculate that. People know how to calculate what groceries cost and what it costs to buy a house.
I thought it was where Saquon's getting drafted.
Thank you for the relatability. I was trying to point out that the amount of money in our economy from people who don't think to cough to cancel, it is a big part of our economy. There are companies who count on that money. They count on cough to cancel is what Billy did.
No.
He had a cough to cancel to get out of something.
Yeah, but coughing's back. It doesn't work anymore. People are fine with you coughing on them.
I've been coughing for 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
No one bats an eye.
It's fine.
No one is letting you cancel anything. I'm saying that there's certain things in your economy that are very important to it. Like, and I want to get back to the Marlins game that I was trying to watch and the home run ball and the trade that happened.
Oh, you would have loved this.
It's fantastic to think about what you would trade for a guy who's the Marlins player. You've never heard of him, but he's a rookie, came up, first home run, someone catches it in the bullpen.
Josh Hader, specifically.
There's a rule when the opposing team catches a home run ball.
Is it an unwritten rule or a real rule?
Unwritten.
The first debate was whether the bullpen was aware. Don't you know when a guy is like just called up 4 days ago?
There's no way they know.
No way.
I just feel like they're not following the sport.
No.
Okay.
They've never heard of him.
No, that's what the announcers were assuming that they didn't know.
But that's the unwritten rule. You don't throw that ball into the stands until the bullpen coach, if it's in the bullpen, or someone on the side, the first base coach, third base coach, whoever it is telling you, all right, that's good for a souvenir.
It was his first at bat or his first home run?
Home run. It's like his 5th game.
And so Josh Hader, who is a closer, took the ball and gave it to an Astros fan, and the player wanted it because you always get back first hit for a hitter, first strikeout for a pitcher, first home run, all of those things.
I could understand if you were to expect the bullpen to know if it was his first at bat, it would probably say it on the screen, right? First major league at bat, perhaps.
I don't even think
but
they
the first
know
home
that.
run, I don't think.
The funniest part was you see the Marlins head of PR, John Eric, go over there, and he's walking down, and then security goes to him of like, why are you bothering this lady? Like, why are you here? And he does this move of, you're seeing this all on TV. The broadcasters are doing play-by-play of this, and he shows the badge. I hope that lady still has a job. I mean, trying to kick John Eric out of there. I mean,
do you remember when it happened to the GM of the Raptors?
No.
The erstwhile GM of the Raptors
yes.
tried to access the court
GM,
and could not because security wasn't wearing his credential. You got to wear credentials. No matter how famous you are, you got to wear credentials because security is paid to pay attention to
Pat
credentials.
Riley don't need a credential.
So then,
people need to know who Masai Ujiri is.
So then Jeremy ends up over there. Jeremy doing the broadcast, the sidelines for the Marlins. So now Jeremy's interviewing her, and she's realizing, oh, wow, this ball's kind of important.
What do you think he was? Like, do you imagine him running through
yes.
the concourse? Oh, I got to get there.
At one point, I believe Kyle Seeloff was like, Jeremy's sprinting over there to get all the answers to our questions.
And so it is about respect that even if you're Pat Riley, no matter who you are, you do have credentials because you don't want the security people to be in the position where they're forced to do something.
He does not wear them. You want to know what his credential is?
Pat Riley?
His
Being
face.
Pat Riley?
His hair.
And do you
He's
think
also
that
a
every
giant
security
man. His
person
Armani
knows
suit.
who Pat Riley's face is? Do you think that?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
I bet
do.
90%.
I do
There's got to be a
think that.
10% that don't.
I do.
The answer is it's not 100%, but I don't want to stop the show to go through it with you, but I promise you that Pat Riley is not recognized by every game day employee because they're game day employees.
Any game day employee who asks Pat Riley to show his credential will be immediately replaced.
Yeah.
That's what I was fearful for that employee last night.
I also don't think he's going uptown for chicken tendies.
Now,
I think like the surrounding area and that lower level, the folks know.
there are times when you do go up for a chicken
Not
tender.
Pat Riley.
You think Pat Riley is standing on that Papa John's line on the concourse level?
Sometimes
He's using the self-order machine?
Sometimes it's important to be amongst the people. I tend to say you're wrong. But I also tend to say that the home run ball that Josh Hader threw in for a guy that no one had ever heard of, it's barely worth a sign ball. On the
right. Like, okay, so this girl was holding out, like, oh, what do you want to trade me? This ball was not that big a deal.
Right.
You're lucky if you get a bat.
Right.
That's
she ended up getting to go down after. She got a signed bat, a signed ball, and a picture.
She made out great then.
Yeah.
Really well.
The Astros bullpen though was like egging on the negotiation, as were fans around her. Yeah. Big deal, Jacob Marcy. Marcy's have been there almost.
If I'm the Marlins, I play hardball. I'm like, all right, you get a beer, a hot dog, and another bullpen ball. That's it.
How can you get?
Why would she say no to that?
You can't trade something you don't have.
You don't even know this
Maybe
guy.
she doesn't drink.
Okay, well, you can have a soda.
Maybe she
You can
doesn't
have a
like
soda.
hot dogs.
Maybe she doesn't like
You
soda.
can have a snack, a drink, and then we'll get you a replacement ball from the bullpen that Josh Hader will toss.
I mean, the joke's on her. She wins this, she wins this negotiation. Now she has to get a baseball bat back to Houston, signed by Jacob
through
Marcy.
airport
Like,
security.
congratulations.
Do you know for sure it was signed by Jacob and not by someone else on the team?
He was there in the photo.
Are you saying that's possibly what happened?
Oh, you definitely, depending on what you're trading, sometimes you offer a bat of a different player.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying maybe someone else signed Jacob Marcy's name.
Oh, no.
Okay,
No, I'm saying that sometimes it's so valuable that you'll say,
She's
all
like,
right.
I want Sandy to sign this.
Exactly. Which,
see
if
that.
you're negotiating, that's what you would do.
7 ERA is not worth that much.
Well, it's still, who would you want on the Marlins?
No one wanted
team?
him at the deadline.
It depends what they were asking.
Well, I'd want Kyle Stowers. Like, that would be the guy. If you have a choice.
I think Sandy would be ahead of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone but Jacob is what in theory
Why?
you'd
What's
say.
wrong with Jacob Marcy? He's like 500,
If you're an Astros
1200
fan,
OPS. Guy's balling right now.
and you also neglected to realize that the problem at Marlins Park is that the Astros fan is likely living in Miami.
No, she flew in. Jeremy interviewed her.
For sure?
Yes,
Just
I mean-
for the game?
Yeah, that she travels.
Tourism, baby.
Yeah.
Big matchup. Astros Marlins on a Tuesday.
Look at this. Jacob Marcy's the first MLB player to record at least 4 extra base hits and 4 walks in his first 3 career games since at least 1901. I mean,
now if you're this lady,
Babe Ruth.
you become the biggest Marcy fan because you have now a signed bat and a signed ball from him. So if he becomes a Hall of Famer,
I got 2 words for you. Kevin Moss.
Okay. I just have a quick update. I'm very, very sorry about this. I'm sorry to all the Friends fans out there. It was Joey who was looking to find the woman across the street in the window and kept going to the wrong apartment.
That checks out.
Not Ross.
It's a Joey
Ross
move.
lived across the street and used to do he did the fake having a son thing so he could get out of a date or something else with somebody, and he put a pumpkin head as his son's head. So sorry for confusing those 2 storylines.
Conflating, confusing. I mean, Friends, it's a long time ago already. People, it's not a thing. It's too bad.
Friends is definitely a thing. They make a ton of money. What do you mean Friends?
Yeah, it's on every day.
The syndication money that goes to them, but if you talk to kids these days, are they watching Friends? That's a great poll question.
Yeah.
Are high schoolers watching Friends?
Yes, they are. It's
so that's
going to
be a 100-0 poll?
I think that was a thing recently where Friends has become huge with a younger audience.
Friends,
again.
Office, Parks and Rec. I feel like since they're always on, they just keep cycling through the new generations.
Why isn't anyone watching MASH, though?
Well, because
Not
MASH
on all the time.
David, MASH sucks. There's this whole thing about MASH being the greatest show. No, it's
ass.
not. It's ass. I've sat there, tried to watch MASH, and no, I
kind of
realize
bleak. We're talking Vietnam here.
It sucks.
Korea.
MASH
Yeah, like I
sucks.
said, Korean War.
All due respect to the people that were making that high art back then. But even me as a kid, like, all right, I'm home from school today. Let me watch this daytime programming. Here comes MASH. What a buzzkill. This movie.
He's right.
This show sucks. That's what 12-year-old me was thinking. This is not good.
He's right.
MASH sucks.
It had to be said.
It had to be said.
We reference MASH all the time here as if it's some great television show, and Mike just nailed it. It was even the music is sad. It makes me want to cry.
Yeah. You got to get off
Suicide
MASH,
is Painless. That's literally the name of the theme song.
I didn't hear it, but it sounds depressing.
No, I can't even think of it. It's like na 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 na.
Don't look at me for confirmation on MASH.
I bet you could think of the Friends theme song, though.
It actually sounded closer to what David was doing.
You actually did do the Friends.
Yeah, you did.
I conflated Friends and MASH because they're so similar.
The Rembrandts.
MASH, most overrated TV show?
Yeah, I think so.
Top 5?
We're all of the same age group, right? We all stayed home occasionally sick, and we'd watch Price is Right.
That was the one show you had to catch when you were homesick. Yeah. If you were homesick and you didn't watch that day's edition of Price is Right, what are you even doing home?
11 a.m., Lord's time zone.
WSVN would always have In the Heat of the Night. I'm like, whoa, I can't do this.
And when we're watching Price is Right, homesick, what's the one game we were hoping we
Plinko.
catch?
Plinko, always.
Obviously, Israel. Obviously.
Duh.
What was your number 2?
I didn't really have a number 2.
You like
it was
Cliffhanger?
all about
Cliffhanger.
Plinko.
Cliffhanger was a good one.
Which one was Cliffhanger?
The guy where they go up the mountain. Yeah, the yodeler.
Oh,
And you
yes.
Yeah.
I like the dice game.
I like the dice game, too.
Dice
I like that you got to have both dice over the line, like casino rules. I love
How about
that.
the putting game?
That
Always a great one. You got to try to
great
get as
one.
close as possible.
that microphone that looked like a little skinny cock.
Gene Rayburn and Bob Barker, same microphone.
It's one
Tall,
I've ever
skinny.
seen.
How exciting was it when one of the contestants would bid $1?
You idiot.
That was
Some
like,
people-
oh,
you
exciting.
You know the game.
My
You know
favorite is when
strategy.
people didn't get it. Like they bid $1 at entirely the wrong time, and the whole audience is like, "What are you doing?"
I like when the third person would bet $1 and someone come in and say $2.
Right. That's a balls move. Yep.
I thought it was way more ballsy when the bet is $350 is the bid, and the next guy goes $350.
I would kick somebody for that. Don't pull that shit with me.
Right. This is my one opportunity, and you're coming in with $351. Look, it's not a fight.
But you go down the line. If you lose to that 351, you know you switch positions, and there's 6 winners per game. I always was thinking about the math of this.
What about when people nailed it on the money? Like
Then
they
you
have
hear
the
the bell.
And what was the extra thing that they get? I forgot.
$100.
$100.
That's it? That's crazy.
But the whole item was like $300.
Well, think about how much money these games used to give away. Like the show was called $10,000 Pyramid.
It changed to $100,000.
Oh, did it? But it was originally $10,000 pyramid. That was the grand prize.
Give me $10,000 right now. I'll be happy. I don't know.
Survivor's been giving $1 million ever since 2000. It never changed. It's prize money for winning Survivor.
$1 million is always going to have a ring to it. It's like $1 million is always really good.
$1 million today is not what $1 million was in 2000.
Obviously, but $1 million is still always good.
100,000 doesn't stink.
I believe Sunbeam Television owned the rights to In the Heat of the Night, which is why, up until very recently, In the Heat of the Night was always part of WSVN daytime programming. Maybe the NFL should buy In the Heat of the Night.
Is that Carol O'Connor?
Is that Archie Bunker?
Yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't Sidney Poitier.
Oh, come on, then.
Did you think it was Sidney Poitier?
I didn't say.
In the movie.
Thank you.
In the movie, it was.
TV show, totally different than movie. And I didn't watch the TV show. But there's a lot of changes, and this is I don't think we're in the local hour anymore. But
Sidney Poitier was in The Jackal.
Really?
Yeah, he was in The Jackal.
I've only known him from To Sir with Love, and then I thought he retired.
What about Sneakers or Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Who was going to dinner?
It turns out you don't know. Breakfast at Tiffany's, wrong person. Audrey.
Oh.
And
my boss.
Hannibal Lecter. I believe, not Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal, who's the Hannibal from the A-Team?
Burris.
Hannibal Burris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his last name in the A-Team?
Yeah, his toughest mission was Bill Cosby.
I believe he was a major actor, George Papard. He was in a bunch of great movies. Speaking of great movies, how's that for a segue, Chris? Can you do the thing that you do, that we love doing with Boost Mobile, please?
Good setup there, David. The Boost Mobile.
Speaking of bills.
Boldest Take is presented by Boost Mobile. It's the newest 5G network in the country, and let's see what the audience cooked up today.
From Kansas City.
I'm going to start it over.
Let's take it from the top.
Yeah.
Let's try taking it from the top.
I feel good about all this.
Uh-huh.
Hey, this is Lou on a walk. Adults shouldn't have stickers on their cars.
It's so much more polite to trade someone while you're playing against them in baseball. That way they just have to walk to the other dugout, not go all the way home before traveling.
Daniel the Superfan from Philadelphia with a serious question for you guys. Is Mount Rushmore on the Mount Rushmore of American tourist attractions? Thanks for taking the call.
This is Jed from Kansas City on a trio. I believe that if you don't lose it, one can of WD-40 can last a person a lifetime. I'll hang up and listen.
Hey guys, wanted to give my limited fake of Charles Barkley saying Sergei Bobrovsky. Sergei Bobrovsky.
Hey guys, this is Blake in Eugene calling from the Hyundai Elantra. I think that grocery stores should have traffic laws punishable by fines and possibly banishment for repeat offenders. There's way too many people clogging lanes with their cart, taking corners without looking, cutting you off, and I think it needs to stop. It's not talked about enough. Thank you.
Justin from Seattle. I don't think most people could even tackle an NFL kicker or punter. What do you guys think?
So at least once a week, Dan Le Batard likes to say his fans are the most loyal in the industry. And we get rewarded for that loyalty with a week of David Sampson? Really? That's how we get rewarded?
Is that Izzy?
It sounds nothing like me. The voice-altering machine worked.
Was Naked Gun a success? Made $17 million opening weekend. Finished third.
That doesn't sound like a success.
Oh, what's
I mean, second place was The Bad Guys 2, which was $22 million. Like,
It's all digital now.
Yeah, movie money's just down, but it was third opening weekend, $17 million. Like, how many weeks is it gonna stay out like that?
I don't have anybody in this room able to tackle anybody on a football field. Just like I don't have anybody able to hit 103.9 million miles per hour fastball.
The budget for
million miles per hour. That would be wild.
The budget for Naked Gun was $42 million. Now, worldwide, it seems like the week one haul is $30 million. So this stands to reason will be a profitable film.
Is that including the marketing?
Brother, I don't know. Stop.
I'm saying that.
Honestly, shut up.
Stop coming, Mike, with facts that you don't have.
It's a budget that's listed on IMDb.
Like
you want me to I'll put in a call.
You got connections.
It just says budget there. Like,
Budget. I just go off of the budget. They don't have a sub budget.
It's not our job to give that information to the audience.
Maybe that's in the budget. Wouldn't you say marketing would also be in the budget?
No.
No?
It's not.
All right, then you find out.
I don't care.
I can tackle Jason Sanders. Billy can tackle Jason Sanders. Tony can tackle Jason Sanders. Maybe Matt.
I don't think so. What are you doing there?
We're all talking about the money that it's making. And I'm like, okay, well, let me give you something helpful. Here's a budget, $42 million. What was food and beverage? Shut up.
Jason Sanders 5'11". I don't know.
I'd take his ass down.
I saw Naked Gun in the theaters.
Oh, you saw it?
I saw it. It was funny. It was at times really funny.
Was it theater packed?
No, it wasn't packed. It wasn't empty. It looked like a movie that was finishing third at the box office.
Older crowd?
It was an older crowd. I get the casting of Liam Neeson, but also his comedic timing. It made me really miss Leslie Nielsen because Leslie Nielsen's deadpan delivery is so much better than Liam Neeson. I get why they casted him, and there are times that he's funny and the delivery works, but I just wish that they had somebody with more comedic chops.
Did he have a Taken moment in the movie? Because I believe that there's some actors who have that moment no matter what role they play. Like Sylvester Stallone has a Rocky thing in whatever part he has. Like you're looking and say, oh, that's sort of Rocky.
No, I mean, there were good deadpan moments. Like there's a good back and forth where they talk about the Black Eyed Peas run of the early 2000s that I enjoyed. And then like a TiVo situation.
What about Pamela Anderson?
Pamela Anderson was good in it. The dude from Kingdom, the Academy Award winner, Paul Walker Hauser, is that his name?
Yeah.
Ooh, I nailed that one.
From Blackbird?
Yeah.
He was really good. Good in it. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to support it with my dollar by going to the theater because I like comedies. Friendship was a comedy that came out earlier this year that I was hoping the R-rated comedy would be back. The box office wasn't too kind to that film. Comedies seem to still have a pretty long way to go.
I've already bought my tickets for Weapons.
Wow.
Going Friday night with my son. I'm so excited. I have to know why the kids are running out of the home in the middle of the night.
You do everything with both sons.
Well, the older one, he's 16. He's got a social life Friday nights. Like, he's not coming out with
Which one of the
dad.
kids whose bris I attended? Which one was that?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was the first one.
I mean,
runaway.
What did the penis look like?
I wasn't close. I was the
Like Bob Barker's
back end of the
microphone.
room. It was the first and last bris I've ever been invited to. I don't know why I went. It was like a weekday at like 10 a.m. But I pulled up. That thing was packed. There was a lot of people
It's a big
there.
deal.
It's not a big deal. It's
Yeah,
like
it's a
1
little
inch
deal, but it's a big deal.
Chris just asked what happens.
At a bris?
Cut it off,
That's when
dog.
you get circumcised.
Cut it off.
Good for him.
This is the
And
first
everybody
time
has
you're
to
hearing
watch
that.
for some reason. It's very strange.
Except my wife who runs away crying.
You know there's no invitations to brisses or funerals.
Right.
You go.
Yeah, it's word of mouth.
You say you got invited.
and
it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
There's
no
no
you don't
cap.
get like an Evite.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you invited me on the air, so.
Yeah, no, that's word of mouth. That's what that is. But there's no formal invitation that is sent out, you know?
You have to prepare schmears for like a lot of people.
Yep.
Lot of
That's
bagels.
food. That's a lot of food.
I know what that
is.
is.
A lot of tuna fish, a lot of chicken salad, a lot of whitefish salad because you just don't know the number of people who are coming in for free food and to watch a little.
I almost screwed up at the hospital when my son was born. I think it was for the first one because like the nurse, you know, if you're not Jewish but you want your son circumcised, they'll do it right there at the hospital. You know, it doesn't have to be a whole ceremony. And so the nurse, you know, said, "Will he be circumcised?" And I immediately said yes. I didn't realize she was asking, "Do you want us to do it here?"
So you're like, "Hey!"
No, well, my wife goes, no, we're not doing that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't realize. I thought she was just, you know,
What would have happened
little small
then?
talk she was making. I don't know, but it'd have been.
What do you
it'd
do
have
at the
been-
bris?
It'd have been bad.
It's so small that you can just cover it with a little towelette, with a little handkerchief, and no one will know the difference. You
Speak
do
for
a
yourself.
You do a fake little slice. Have you ever seen the fake slice?
No.
You're good to go. That's exactly what. If you're asking me what would happen, you still have to have the bris. You cannot do the circumcision in the hospital and then not do the
But
ceremony.
you're lying. You're like lying to God and all these witnesses.
That's right.
100%.
What'd the rabbi say?
The rabbi said, don't let him do it in the
What'd he say?
hospital. You have to have the frame of mind to say no to the nurse.
Yeah, it was bad. I was really young. I was like 28 years old. I didn't know anything.
They ask you so many questions, like when you're under duress in the hospital, when a kid's born, like, what do you think about this? It's like, this is a decision that impacts this kid's life forever. Like, I don't know.
Can you just leave me alone for a few minutes?
No one told me how any of this works. And now you're going to send me home in a day, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
My wife can barely walk.
Nurses?
You're giving us this being, and I got it taken home with me now. I don't even know if I have the car seat in properly.
Nurses just turned me into photographer. They're like, Dad, get your phone out. Here it comes. I'm like sitting in there like, I would like to be in the moment here, but all right, the nurses are telling me, I'll get my phone out.
You took video from
I took
head
a
or toe.
photo of my baby like as soon as she came out, just because the nurses were like, Dad, get your phone ready. And I'm just like, I thought I was going to be in the moment here, but okay. I do have a great photo because of it, but.
You have to ask the mom. I think that is something very clear as the dad. Like, which side would you like me on?
I was not on, yeah.
You were at the head, not the toe?
Yes. I mean, Jesus, David, what kind of photo do you think I took?
I wish I had a photo, and all of a sudden a little, like,
I
Play-Doh
walked over
comes
there
out.
to go cut the cord, and...
Oh, I don't cut the cord.
I
cord?
say I'm good.
Well, no, it's not actually
Very
attached.
gummy.
I don't cut that
Very
cord.
gummy cord.
No.
It's like cutting a rubber band.
The scissors aren't sharp enough to do
That's
one
also
slice,
true.
and it's
Dull.
there's a piece here. What do I do?
Dull-ass scissors.
But I had to walk over to where they were, and I had to pass by this area, and I'm like, you can't not look right.
Imagine
so I just
going-
looked right, and goo!
Imagine going to like a tax office and say, "Hey, you want to do this last part?" No, I'm good. I didn't go to school for that.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, cut it right here. You're good. Right here.
I'm
No,
good. I didn't go
no.
to school for that. You did.
Here, you want to cut the cord? Are you confusing me for the doctor?
You want to come to the studio and give a season prediction for the
Not wearing
Dolphins?
scrubs.
It is the sneakiest material, that cord.
I leaned
first
in. I was like, where do you need me?
Very gummy.
The scissors suck. They have like something on the end.
like an
also.
edge. The scissors
like,
has
it's-
a
I don't
They're
know
like
what
the
hell's
scissors
going
you get in
on.
kindergarten.
I wish I could use those. These have like a weird shape, and they have like a flat part at the top. For
If you
some
cut
reason.
it wrong, do the kids have an Audi forever?
No, because you're cutting
No,
so
they're
far
still-
away from where they are.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
like
Your cut's
ceremonial.
actually not important.
No,
It's like a ribbon cutting ceremony.
right. It's like
There's
big
plenty
scissors.
of
What if they
ribbon
give you
left.
big scissors?
I would
to do
take
it?
that shears like.
And then the
Yeah.
belly button's disgusting for like the next week. It's just this big black shit.
Then just falls off, and if they
Yeah.
poop, you wipe it
Yep.
away with the poop. You're like, oh, what do I do with this? Did you keep it? Do you keep your
Yeah,
kid's
my mom
belly
kept
button?
mine.
My
It
mom
was
kept mine
weird.
too.
Have
Yeah.
it.
You keep yours?
You have weird moms.
Zaz?
no,
It
man.
shrivels.
You threw it away?
Did
If
you
you
keep
only
the
knew.
foreskin?
No.
Yeah, that's
no.
a thing too. That's a thing.
Throw that in the garbage.
No, you keep it. You keep
That has
it.
to get dry after a while, right?
Well, so does the umbilical cord. Everything gets dry at
Wait,
the end
so
of the day.
okay, so you're pretty adamant about this. Like, do you know where your foreskin is then?
100%. I did not get it in the divorce.
Send us a photo.
Safety
So she's
deposit
got
box? Is it in a safety deposit box?
It's in the time capsule underneath Marlon's park.
How much would you?
It was one of the things that was delineated in this separation of assets. Who gets the foreskin?
She fought for it, huh? Wow. Attaboy.
We only had one. We had 1 plus 3 of the belly button things. The thing that falls out. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it's called the belly button.
You
turd.
nailed it.
So there's 4. So it ends up being 2-2. That's equity. I got 2 belly buttons. Wow.
And you know where they are?
It's a straight. Yeah, they're in an envelope, and they're labeled. I mean, how otherwise you can't tell them apart.
No, yeah, you're right.
There'd be no way to do it.
Just that brown thing. You're like, yeah.
Is that my kid or is that mine? It's so important to label. I'm a big labeler. Because you think you're going to remember stuff, but you don't. You can't. No, you
What's
don't
the most
like it?
random thing you've labeled?
I'm going to have to go foreskin right
That's
up there
true,
at the
actually.
top. That
Bad
seems like a
question.
winner. But no, I will label things if I have extra supplies. So there's like labels in the cabinet where the extra supplies are, so you know like where to keep the extra detergent. There's a label that says detergent. And so you know when you buy extra detergent, that's where it goes. And when you're a guest in the house, you know where to go to get the extra detergent.
So your house is like a big Office Max, where like everything's labeled. You walk around there where it's like, oh, this is where the remotes go. Okay, and put 6 remotes.
Do you have a
here.
map, like so people know, or they just have to start opening cabinets?
Fire exits? Do you have like where to
There's
go
list
on a
of
fire exit?
instructions.
I'm telling
and
QR
yes,
code.
Things that are labeled. You're laughing, but I think it's very nice so people don't have to rummage through stuff when you run out of sugar. There's a place to go to get more sugar.
You owe Billy some money now.
Thank you.
It's like Monopoly. Did I just land on your word?
That's exactly right. And your shirt. You're still wearing that, and I copyrighted that also. So.
What's the charge?
For what?
What are you going to charge every time I say sugar?
10,000, I think, seems fair.
10,000 per mention?
I think it's fair, right? It's not what it used to be. That used to be a prize on a game show.
Right about that.
I think that's fair.
You're going to have a very hard time collecting that.
Well.
I think you ought to be like a penny per mention. You'll still be rich. You have a better chance of collecting the penny per mention.
Do we have a luminary coming on with us shortly?
How great is that? Have you had him here before?
Well, it depends. Who'd you get?
Mr. Marlin.
Nice.
Local.
Nice.
Jeff Conine is here.
Nice.
Because he's reliable. When we asked him to show, he showed exactly on time and on budget. He's way bigger. Now, he could tackle somebody.
Again, so can Tony, so can I,
I'll
so
tackle
can
the shit out
Billy,
of Jason
maybe
Sanders,
Mike.
I don't think you guys realize how tough these players are.
It's like
Jason Sanders?
Yeah.
I get to wear pads too, though, right?
I don't think you realize the progress that I've made over the last few months.
Thank you, Mike.
That's why I said maybe.
You do look great, Mike.
What would you go for, lightest or smallest? Because you don't want to try to tackle like a 5'8" running back.
Well, no.
Kind of run
we
your
said
ass
Jason
over.
Sanders. He said kickers is the people you want.
Kickers
you can't
and
tackle.
punters is
That's
what
what
he
he said on Boldest Take.
You think you could tackle Rodrigo Blankenship?
Yo, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He's actually pretty tall.
Dude, he's
He could be
jacked.
tall if
Don't
he
let the
wants.
glasses and the mustache fool you. That guy can beat the shit out of you.
I'm tackling him. I'm not fighting him.
One of the great things is when you get to meet your childhood hero and they turn out to be way better than you ever could have thought. Because sometimes you end up meeting your hero and they stink.
Who'd you have that with?
I had it with Patrick Ewing, and it just was a
cool.
nightmare. He just
Oh, it was a night. Oh,
yeah,
that was the bad one.
That was the bad one.
What happened?
He just wasn't nice. I wanted him to sign something. I met him in an elevator, and I was obsessed with the Knicks, and I loved
How old were
him.
you? It's like 3 years ago.
I was 26, and I was in Houston, and he just wasn't nice. And now he's nice since, but it's hard to get over the first impression.
You don't take into account maybe he was having a bad day.
It doesn't matter. Or that it was the eve of Game 7.
Or
just be nice.
Or don't ask for an interview or
just
an
wanted
autograph.
something. But then you get to a place where you get to run a baseball team and you get to bring in a player at a critical moment. And not only does he turn out to be better than you thought, but you end up gaining a lifelong friend. So much so.
You all right, Chris? Chris, you okay?
Nah.
Making a blunder like that in front of Mr.
I said
Marlin,
interview
you fool!
instead of autograph in front of Jeff. I'm embarrassed.
You turned off your mic and you're like, I think I'm stupid.
Niner didn't even give it a thought. But thank you for completely blowing the onboarding and doing it exactly why there's never any Marlins on this show. Little known fact there. We got Jeff Conine, Mr. Marlin, to join us.
Yeah.
He deserves an applause from everybody watching.
This is big for legacy fans of the show that don't even care about the Marlins because they know that Jeff Conine is Mr. Marlin because he's referenced so often as such on our show.
You're the most famous Marlin ever. You're in the Marlins Hall of Fame.
How about that?
You're the first ever.
inductee. That was a pretty cool honor, actually. You know, you go around your baseball career and, you know, you get into multiple halls of fame, Broward County, but to be for your team after 30 years, that was pretty cool.
Was it cooler to be on the Hall of Fame ballot in Cooperstown?
That was also pretty cool.
That's cool.
Even though I didn't get one token vote from these people down here, these writers down here. They couldn't give me one little tiny, hey.
Were you 0.0?
Yeah, not one vote.
You were on the ballot,
Clark
though.
Spencer.
I was on the ballot. But not one vote.
People don't realize it's hard to be on the Hall of Fame ballot.
Well, there's only, 20 guys on there?
We spent so much time wondering whether we should do a Marlins Hall of Fame, and we just never got to it. And then after Jose died, the team got sold, and that was it. Everyone was gone, and including us. And then the new owners came in, and then once they got rid of Jeter, I believe that's when the Hall of Fame was born. And you were the perfect first inductee.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Still the only player. Did I see that they're doing Luis Castillo? Is that was announced? That
In a couple weeks, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So they've done, just put that up a little bit. And so what they do is they came up with two managers because they've won 2 World Series and 2 players. Now, people don't realize Luis Castillo has some of the greatest numbers in Marlins history. He's a franchise guy. And then Jeff Conine is Mr. Marlin.
Are Jeff and Luis Castillo the only 2 Marlins with both World Series?
Uno.
You're the only one?
I'm the only one, yeah.
Luis wasn't also on like he wasn't in the system in '97?
He was in the system, but we ended up, he was not performing very well, so we got Craig Counsell to take his place, basically.
He doesn't get a ring?
No, he got a ring.
Okay, well, there you
but
go.
he wasn't on the postseason roster, so he didn't really get a ring.
So you and Luis Castillo, the only 2 that have
we're in the system.
I'm with Jeff here.
Rings
Jeff's the only one.
Well, he was the only one that was playing.
I'm the only one that played in both.
What about Lowell?
Oh, he didn't become a
He was still in the
Marlins
Yankee
until
system,
99 or something like that.
So
2000.
So there was not one other player.
Not one.
I don't know if you know, there was a fire sale after '97.
You were an active participant in one of them.
Not the one after 97.
Not the one after 97.
And we didn't. Can we now put an end to
I
this?
will disagree with that. People say that all the time. Oh, we blew up the team after 2003. That is
Team was
categorically
really
false.
good in 05.
No,
we had a good team both 04 and 05.
Yeah.
We had
gave you
chances.
flowers.
We had chances.
We gave you flowers, David. You guys went for it. You got the Delgado trade, and then when that didn't work, then you blew up the team. And then after you got the stadium that you said was a problem.
Are you kidding? We
why
were
you
into the
didn't blow up
very end in 2005 in the wild card race.
And
like
then the
a week to
hurricane
go.
came and screwed everything up. You had all the double headers.
Exactly. We had 21 games in 20 days or something like that. And
In
we were
different
right to
places.
the very end. We had to play a game in Chicago against
wasn't it the Expos?
Expos in Chicago.
And we couldn't stay at a regular hotel.
Yeah, it was awful.
Now, you guys were red hot before the schedule took a dump. And it was like, I remember as a Marlins fan, I was like, I think they're going to win the World Series again.
Yeah.
And then you had all the
David
scheduling.
Weathers had to do a spot start. It was crazy.
So then they blew everything up after they got rid of me in 05.
There
so
you go.
that's when it went downhill.
That's what we were trying to say.
You told me I was worthless, so.
Wow.
No mas.
What the hell?
What I said is that if you want an opportunity to continue your career,
it ain't going to be with
it's
us.
not gonna
See
be.
you later.
So how do you become friends with this person after something like that?
Hey, it was business. It was business.
It was just business.
Nothing personal.
But most players can't separate the two.
A lot cannot. You are correct. They take it personal, and they have grudges and realize this is a business that needs to be run as such, and we are just part of the plan, basically.
We brought Niner into the business after he retired, and now he fully understands it. And I bet you that the answer to this question, because Niner is known as Mr. Marlin, but I would assume that having Griffin, your son, is a big leaguer. Is that a bigger moment than winning the World Series? Watching your son hit a home run in the big leagues?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, come on.
Really? He hit a tying home
I
run
believe
the
it.
day he got inducted into the. That was awesome. That moment.
That was incredible.
That's
Absolutely
cooler
incredible.
than the throw home.
It's your kid, man, and you've seen him since he was 10 years old,
know,
put
but
on
it's
a
you,
uniform, and you didn't think he was going to be that good. People asked me all the way up to probably his sophomore year of high school, is your kid going to play college baseball? I'm like, yeah, he might, Division II, Division III. And then all of a sudden that switch flips and he becomes a monster. He grows 4 inches and puts on 30 pounds in one summer. And now he gets Broward County Player of the Year. And okay, now he's a Division I player and goes to Duke. And then it's all about him. It's all about trying to help him along in his path to the big leagues. And that's all he wanted. He went to Duke, but he majored in baseball.
But you won a World Series.
I actually won 2 World Series.
So how is that not, I don't know. You're just a better dad, I guess. But him hitting a home run was cool. Don't get me wrong. You threw out JT Snow at the plate to advance.
What a throw.
Do we sometimes think Pudge gets all the credit for that? People talk about the whole. No, I'm with you. But the throw, that perfect one-hop throw,
unbelievable.
Doesn't get
throw.
enough love, I think.
Well, he got a lot of love from Oogie when he tackled him at home plate. That's for sure.
Well, you hadn't gotten there yet.
No,
you were still running in. Oogie did the hug before you could run in.
Yeah, it was the strangest play.
I was watching that replay.
Slow motion.
The ball bounces and kind of goes to your left. You had to almost reach your glove out.
That was the toughest part of the entire
That's what
play.
I'm saying. That play is sneaky tough because
it almost skipped by him.
It's almost like a short hop going left on him and then just a perfect one hopper.
Did you one hop it on purpose? You knew that was the best way for it to get there?
As an outfielder,
that's a good question. What are you laughing at?
But
if he had the arm to get it there without,
relax. He could have.
It could be easier for the catcher if it's a one hop.
As an outfielder that doesn't have a cannon for an arm, I was trained to one hop everything. So, as a base runner, if you see a ball too high, you keep on running. So I never wanted to miss my cutoff man.
Jeff, what was that like in that season 2003 where you are Mr. Marlin playing for the Orioles and then you get traded to this team
I remember this. It was a Sunday game. I was like, I got to go. We did it I heard about it in the morning. I beelined over to the stadium.
And so this team is obviously doing well, succeeding, sort of going for a playoff push. And then Mr. Marlin, who hasn't been here all year long, joins the team. Were there anybody kind of looking at you sideways or was it always just full embrace?
You mean from the team themselves?
Correct.
Full embrace. But, like you said, I'm in Baltimore. Really enjoyed playing in that city and that stadium. And back then, not a whole lot of interleague interaction with the Orioles or the Marlins. So I had no idea about the team. I knew they were fairly close to the top of the wild card standings. But when I got traded back, I knew nothing about the Marlins. And when I arrived, I literally made the deal on an airplane flying across country. Thank God they had the phones that used to be in the back of the headrest.
So expensive to use those phones.
I don't even know. I don't even know what the bill was. I swiped a credit card, but I'm talking to my wife, who's talking to David and Larry Beinfest, who's talking to my agent, and literally got the deal done at 11:58 p.m. when I'm over the Mississippi or something like that. It was crazy.
Eastern, because that's the trade
Eastern time,
deadline.
yeah.
Back then, they moved the deadline to 6 p.m. now because nobody wanted to be on the phone at midnight.
Did you have any idea leading up to? Because it was conversation down here. Marlins fans just starting. Marlins might trade for Conine. Did you know in the days leading up that they might bring you back?
Absolutely nothing. We had just finished a series in Seattle. We get to the airport and you are on the bus, and then you got your table there with TSA to check you before you get on the plane. And I decided to wait on the bus for a little bit to let the line go down, and I'm the only one in the back of the bus. And our GM at the time, Jim Beattie, gets on the bus, and there are 2 guys at the very front, and he walks by them and starts walking back towards me, looking at me, and I'm like, well, something's going on because he never gets on the player's bus. And he sits down next to me and he says, well, we got a tentative deal worked out to take you back to Florida and but there's some negotiations to be had. And I'm like, what? And I got to get on the plane. I'm not going to not get on the plane. So I get on the plane and I don't know what to do. So I called my wife beforehand and she's going berserk, ecstatic that I get to go back home. And then from then on, it's like, all right, I'll be calling you. And I swipe my card and every 30 minutes I'm checking in this whole negotiation.
And you have your Oriole teammates, though, who are on the flight, like, next to you.
Yeah,
right?
They're like, dude, what's going on? And then finally at the end, Larry Beinfus says, Jeff, we have 2 minutes. If you don't tell me right now, this is not going to go through. You're not going to be on the postseason roster. I said, all right, let's do it. And then I put the phone back in there and went up and down the aisle of the plane and said, see you later, fellas. I'm gone on when we get back to Baltimore.
You hopped out on a parachute and you were a Marlin.
Yeah, right. And then
drove in to run his first at bat.
He was awesome the rest of the season.
It was a foul ball, but it's still.
Hey, whatever, dude. RBI's an RBI.
How is he your friend?
Sack fly, right?
It's just business.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like David? I love you.
What's the deal with this bus the two of you own together?
Oh, yeah.
That David always brags about. But
Can I finish my story, please?
Yeah,
sure.
man. We're reminiscing.
Thank you. This guy's a pain, isn't he?
It's a wild bit. Tangent. What's the tangent about?
Mr. Marlin, with all due
I just
respect,
I want to finish this.
It is a Wild Billy Wednesday.
Go ahead.
As you were.
All right. Anyway, I come from Camden Yards, a cathedral of baseball. We're getting $45,000 a night. I don't know anything about the Marlins. I fly overnight and I get back to South Florida. I set up my locker.
Stadium.
We are not taking batting practice. It's a Labor Day. I think it's a Monday game. It's 1 billion degrees out. And we can do everything underneath in the tunnel. So I do all my warm-ups and I run out to my position. I turn around and I see 65,000 orange seats. And I'm like, what the hell did I just do?
So inspiring.
I
You
went
got
from
an
the
extra
cathedral.
year.
I went to the cathedral.
That's what
Don't
you
start.
did.
No. Don't start. Cathedral baseball to I don't know what I did. There's nobody there on this Labor Day. But within a week, I will say I had more fun with that team in the month and a half that I was with them than any team I've ever played on.
Darren Dalton? Any good stories?
Wrong. Oh, yeah. Well, no, not that we can say. God.
You can say anything.
I know you can.
That's the best part about this is you're just supposed to say it while saying that was a 97 guy.
It was a 97
who was part of the fire sale.
But he came in and he took my position basically. We platooned at first base, and after the World Series, after everything, I could have been bitter and not like that move. But I will say he was one of the best teammates I ever had.
So it was a little like Corbin Burnson and Charlie Sheen in Major League, where there's a problem. There's been some nefarious activity, and then they hug once they win it. Did you hug Darren when Council Game 7? When it's
No,
over?
I had nothing against Darren Dalton. I had against the front office at the time because I was not informed of the trade before it happened. My wife got up that morning. It was Sunday morning. We got the newspaper, when you got the newspaper back in the day, and she said, hey, do you know that you guys traded for Darren Dalton? And they say in this article that he's going to play first base. And I'm like, nope, I had no idea.
Did you expect Dombrowski to talk to you?
Yes, I think I was owed that after 5 years. I didn't really was informed of anything. So I got to the ballpark and I acted dumb and I just got to my locker and all of a sudden I've got Le Batard was probably in front of me asking me questions about the trade. And I'm
Is
like,
this the lowest point of your life?
I'm like, what are you talking about? Trade what? And they're all looking at me like, you guys just traded for Darren Dalton and he's going to be platooning with you at first base. I'm like, news to me. So
I don't think they owed you that.
No.
It's not how. I mean, the players sometimes complain.
Mr. Marlin, though. I mean, come on.
Were you Mr. Marlin then?
Yeah.
Yeah, by then he was.
Yeah.
What year did you
coordinate
coordinate
That's 5
him?
years. 5 years into the.
What year did you become Mr. Marlin?
I was around like 95.
Yeah.
That early?
Yeah.
There can be a Mr. Franchise like 3 years in?
I do have a top 5 that'll help explain why.
Okay, now we're cooking.
Well, in 93, by the time 96 rolls around, I'm like one of only 2 people that are still on the roster. Everybody else is gone.
That wasn't me.
All right, here's the top 5 moments in Jeff Conine's athletic career.
Wow.
Number 5. His first Marlins home run was a grand slam. And that helped build his case very early on as to why he'd be Mr. Marlin.
Who was it off?
David Need from Colorado.
He's the only guy from that inaugural team to play all 162.
Number 4, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about because it was a controversial game. 97 NLCS Game 5, you had the go-ahead single. Ended up being the winning run. However, I was looking at the box score, and everyone wants to go to Levon and Eric Gregg and all that. You had a pretty terrible game that game before you delivered that go-ahead run. You got picked off at second base by Greg Maddux, and you grounded into a double play. That was a sweet way to end that game.
Do you have a cricket sound we could play?
Dead fish, anybody?
For people, for listeners who don't remember, can you explain how crazy Eric Gregg was that night?
They don't understand. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, I think you can get it on YouTube or something like that, but they actually put the box.
It's unbelievable.
That didn't exist back then.
Right.
They put the box for the strike zone up then and overlay it on some of these calls that he
Is he
made.
a rest in peace?
He's a rest in peace.
He is.
But
Well, to
it
some.
was probably the only time in NLCS history that an umpire was part of the press conference afterwards, and they were asking him about his strike
I didn't
zone.
know that.
Don
Yes.
Denkinger?
Well, he was.
Were you a part of that?
I was a part of a lot of them that were not great.
That was a World Series one with the Kansas City Royals.
Yes, I
and
just
the
saw that
St.
pop
Louis
up
Cardinals.
yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's
I did.
Strange.
And they threw him right down, a couple of them right down the middle, and then
Not great.
Alex or
You got it.
Mike Hargrove came out of the dugout and went crazy.
That's a name.
He was my manager in Baltimore.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He
Loved
can
him.
tackle kickers, would be my guess.
So can
Well,
I.
if he
Number
could-
3.
If he could catch up to him.
Number 3, 1985 winner of the Junior Racquetball Final. Jeff Conan, tremendous racquetball player, took Marty Hogan to the brink. You won a couple doubles with him as well.
Wow, that's a little known fact.
I heard you used to dominate the Bally's gyms when they were down here, the racquetball courts.
LA Fitness.
LA Fitness?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Power.
Do they still charge you?
I still have mine.
Are you still paying a monthly fee to LA Fitness?
No. No, I finally got out of it.
Did you have to go in person and sign the form?
Yeah.
They
well,
charge Mr. Marlin.
Doing my research, Power was legendary for Mr. Marlin. He was a power player. And for whatever reason, part of his banter after he beat somebody was like, you owe me a milkshake.
Where the hell did you find that?
That was a direct quote from this article.
Wow. The kid I beat in the junior national finals. He owed me a milkshake.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
That's quite an article.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 2, this one is a close personal memory of mine. I remember this moment watching it at my grandparents' house. You were, I believe, the lone Marlin representative at the All-Star game.
Yes.
Yeah, the go-ahead home run.
MVP.
And MVP of the 1995 All-Star game. Cementing your legacy as Mr. Marlin very early on.
That is true.
That was great because back then it wasn't a thing where everyone was definitely going to play in the All-Star game.
Well, I didn't the year before. I was one of only 2 players that did not get in the game in '94. And Jim Fregosi was it just didn't happen. It was actually a tie game and went extra, blah, blah, blah. I didn't get in the game. But Philippe Alou, who you know well, was in an All-Star game, and I think he did not get to play. So as a manager, he said, he came up to me before, and he goes, everybody is getting into this game. So I knew I was going to get in at some point.
And number 1, it's the throw. That one's easy.
I would say you missed a few OLIs that just off the top of my head from his time with the second championship. We only talk about Josh Beckett in Game 6 as throwing the shutout to win 2-0. Anyone have an idea of how we got our first run?
Go on.
Do you remember?
I'm assuming Conine was involved.
I did score a run that game. I think I got on base because of an error by Derek Jeter.
So this is where I was trying to get, is that the final game, the reason why we were able to win and score, there was an error by Mr. Jeter. That's one of the reasons he hated that World Series, and when he came to the Marlins, he barely, you were with him. Well, no. Wait, were you fired?
Yes,
you
I
were
was.
fired by Derek Jeter.
Well,
Sorry.
you fired me, actually.
Well, he told me to. But now you're back.
I'm back.
Thank God.
I'm back, and it's been great. I only know baseball. I don't know anything else, and to be back with the team that I grew up playing with, and it's kind of considered my team. I played with 5 other teams in the major leagues, but obviously the first one that you really get your start with is the one that you appreciate the most.
Hang on, David. So one of Jeff Conine's most memorable athletic feats was an error by Derek Jeter?
No, he scored a run. You can't win a game 0-0.
Gotta score runs, Israel.
everybody remembers the Bartman game, but in Game 7 you were pretty huge, too, of that series. 3 for 3.
I had a good series.
Was that the Mordecai? Yeah. The Mordecai double game?
That was the 8-1-8.
Everybody had a contribution.
Jeff,
Banks.
What was the 8th inning like in the dugout that night?
Well, it's Mark Pryor on the mound, absolutely dominating. He's got 5 outs left to take them to the World Series. It's 1 out in the 8th, and the foul ball goes down the line, and I'm on the end of the dugout, so I'm looking at it like right on the line. And I see Moises Alou coming over, and I'm like, he's going to be able to catch this. And I see some hands go over and clank it. And the ball, I thought for sure the umpires were going to call interference because I thought he had a chance to catch that ball. And he'll say no, but he thought he had a chance to catch that ball because if you watch his reaction, he went berserk. And
what did you yell?
We all yelled immediately. Let's make him famous, boys. Let's make him famous.
Really?
I swear to God.
That's a true story because we were sitting right above the dugout is where those seats are at Wrigley, and we heard the players yelling, let's make him famous, not knowing. You have to realize when you're at the game.
It was 3-0 at the time.
And when you're watching the broadcast, all of a sudden they're focused on Steve Bartman. Every 2 seconds they're going back to it. When you're in the dugout or in the stadium, you have no idea that that's what the broadcast is doing. And so the players yelling, "Let's make him famous." We were like, we didn't even know who the him was really. That it was a guy with.
We didn't either. We just saw a pair of hands go out there and we're like, "Let's make him famous."
And then what were you yelling after Alex S. Gonzalez's error?
Well, that's just the snowball that started the whole thing, and. What was great about that team is that we never felt we were out of it. I don't care what the score was. I don't care what the inning count was. We always felt we had a chance to come back. And even 3-0, 1 out with Pryor on the mound, there wasn't a sense of dread in that dugout. We just had confidence in ourselves. And 15 minutes later, it's 8-3.
What about the clubhouse right after? Tell fans what was going on in the clubhouse after winning Game 6. Do you remember what I remember about that clubhouse?
It was almost like we won Game 7 already. Like we knew that we were winning the next day.
It was crazy. I wish that we had the ability to wager.
Didn't you have to go through Wood still?
Well, yes. Not just that.
And he hit a 3-run homer to put him up like 6-3 or something like that. I've never heard a stadium louder at that point than Wrigley.
That's what I wanted to ask you because I remember watching and on TV, and Wood hits the home run, put them ahead early. And as he's rounding first base, you got that camera shot that's showing, the entire stands in Wrigley Field, and it looked like the stadium was bouncing. And I remember saying to myself, "Go, holy shit, we got no chance. We're so screwed."
That's a loss.
But even then, even after all that, it was just like there's this. We're like we sloughed that off. We bring Beckett in, and he's just absolutely dominating. So we kind of knew after the first inning that he came in. We're like, all right, they're not getting any more runs tonight. Let's start chipping away. And sure enough, we ended up scoring 6 unanswered, and we win 9-6.
Jeff, one of my favorite things about that 03 team was the guys who were there. I covered the team in 2000s for just 1 year. That was John Henry was still owner.
A.J. Burnett called him ugly once.
He did, that asshole. Luis Castillo was on the team. Derek Lee was on the team. Mike Lowell. And all those guys going from being on such a terrible team to just that difference in, 3-4 years? Like, how cool was it for those guys in particular?
I mean, anytime you get to go to the postseason and do something special like that, that's why you put on a uniform. I mean, for me. But yeah, when you have those guys that have gone through the absolute doldrums and the absolute worst possible scenario of losing 90, 100 games, people don't understand how good that team was. I think they think the Marlins and they snuck in there or whatever, but it was the best infield defense I think I've ever played against or with. By far.
Lowell, Gonzalez, Castillo, and Lee.
Those two guys up the middle were second to none. I've never seen a double play combo better than Castillo and Gonzalez.
Gonzalez was the best defensive shortstop in all of baseball.
For him to not win a Gold Glove was an absolute crime. The L.A. media machine got Esteuris to win the Gold Glove, especially in 04, I think it was, and Alex had a phenomenal season. He deserved it big time.
Still with the Marlins.
And still, yeah. Still with
Seabass is still there.
Best hands I've ever seen.
No, I'm saying Gonzalez in 04. No fire sale.
Yeah.
Castillo's still there. Having to defend that. But Castillo was still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about Trammell and Whitaker?
I played against them very tail end.
They were pretty good.
but not like these kids.
I know, I loved him.
Not by these kids were amazing.
Louis was just at the game when Jack was put in the Hall of Fame. Louis looks great.
He looks like better than when he played. He was like a barely walk when he played. I finished up with him with the New York Mets, and he was having troubles. His knees were bad.
Yeah,
and
that was sad.
But right now he looks jacked.
There are very few things that I remember specifically about the locker room. One of them was Ryan Dempster. I was doing naked shit, and the other one was Luis Castillo. Every once in a while, usually when we were in Atlanta, you'd see him going across the locker room, and he'd just be like, "Aye." It's like that AC/DC song, right? That they just kept playing over and over, and he would just be like, "Aye."
That's Ozzy Osbourne, isn't it?
Ozzy Osbourne, excuse me. But yeah, that's what he would be doing all the time, and I'm just like, that's just weird.
That's a great imitation of Louis, because he only called me Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
That's still, even this weekend. Poppy.
You got anything fun on McKeon?
I mean, Jack was, he's one of a kind, no doubt about it. He's 94 years old. We just had him here for his induction into the Marlins Hall of Fame, and he's still sharp as he was back then. He hasn't really changed much. You watch the video board and see the highlights, and you're like, it's amazing that was 22 years ago, and Jack looks as good as he does. And he's still an advisor to the Washington Nationals, still making calls. They still lean on him for advice. And, I mean, it was, like I said, he had a clubhouse that was fun, and he told the guys, check your egos at the door. That was his big saying, and let us play.
I still question the decision to start Beckett Game 6. I know it worked out. You guys can play the results, but I wanted to keep him for Game 7.
So did I.
Yeah, Jack didn't want a Game 7.
Who would it have been Game 7? Brad Penny?
We would have had to go back with Pavano on short rest.
I remember at the time. It worked out. I would have saved Beckett.
I asked Jack to do that on the flight, flying to New York. I asked one last time, can we not start Beckett? And this is back when managers were making decisions.
How old were you?
I was 35.
You had some balls to say that, right?
Well, I was president of the team.
I understand.
But yes, we had the conversation, and Jack said, we got to win it in 6. We are going to win this in 6. I said, what if you're wrong? He said, we'll worry about 7 tomorrow.
Was Josh Beckett ever really liked in that clubhouse? Because I remember when he came in as the 19-year-old, just without the big bonus, and everybody was looking at him because he was making all the money. By the time he got to this point, I'm pretty sure people loved him, right?
Yeah, we loved him. He acted like a high schooler most of the time, but we all loved Josh, his little outbursts, and that's what was great about that team. There's such a great collection of personalities that even though someone might be childish, we all just took it in stride and made fun of it rather than resenting it.
The thing about Josh Beckett, you're killing me, Niner. The thing about Josh Beckett that I love the most is when he had he was a kid. He was 23 when he went through this postseason, and we pitched his arm off. So you blew by.
You Dusty Bakered him?
He had never even come close to a complete game in his career before that postseason.
Oh, what about the fact that we kept pitching him on his bullpen day? You just mentioned the fact that he pitched part of Game 7. Do you remember he pitched Game 5 in the LCS as a starter,
right?
And then we put him in for multiple innings in Game 7.
And that Game 5 was one of the best games I've ever seen pitched, man.
Trailing 3-1.
They got 2 hits, and they were lucky to get those 2 hits. And I don't know if you remember the at-bat against Sammy Sosa. In one of the 7th or 8th inning.
Mavericked him.
Did you goose that radar gun? He hit triple digits on that. I'm like, I don't know if he's got it like that. This is a question for David, but he hit 100 mph on the Fox broadcast. That didn't make any sense.
Niner knows the answer to this. Did we ever screw around with the pro player radar?
No.
That's the answer you're supposed to get.
Only when Brad Penny was pitching.
Right? Didn't McKeon used to take it down?
Because he looked up
right?
there every pitch. He would throw and he looked up there every pitch.
Redemption.
Didn't McKeon demand they don't show it when Penny was on the mound? Right.
Yeah, well,
we would do several things with Penny. We would when we were angry with him, we would take it down. So he'd be thinking he's throwing 96, and it would come out 91, 92, and he'd be so furious. And then sometimes we put it up and say, "Stop looking."
And then you call him paranoid when he asked about it.
Oh, we were never going to tell him what we did. Niner knows, but
why would you actively agitate your pitcher who's on the mound?
You don't want to take my point of view on a Wild Billy Wednesday. So could you answer Brad Penny why we would choose him to screw around with the radar?
Because it gave him a little extra push. Like, oh, I'm mad. Like, and I think it made him pitch better. It
throw
really
92, I'll show them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna hump up and throw 93 or 94, and he was actually throwing 101. So
Niner,
it worked in our favor.
He pitched better.
Niner, did you hit like 800 against the Cubs? Every game I'm looking at during this run, you destroyed the Cubs.
I had a good series against the Cubs. Yeah.
Who's the pitcher in your career? Was it that you just I crushed this guy?
Another, God rest your soul, but Corey Lytle.
Lefty.
I was right-hander.
It's a tough.
Right-hander.
I might be thinking,
but good try.
I was thinking
Good try.
Ted Lilly. That's my bad.
I was
That's my
good.
fault.
I was good against him too.
50-50 shot.
I was good against Ted Lilly too.
Look, he quit.
But then there's guys.
He's out of the room.
Bye. But then there's other guys you think I'd do well against that I didn't. My worst batting average against of anybody in my career was Tim Wakefield.
Lefty.
You can't hit it.
Yeah, no, not a lefty.
Can't hit the knuckleballer.
I hit other knuckleballers fine, but for him, for some reason, with at bats, I was like 4 for 40 against him or something like that.
How ridiculous was Cabrera?
Insane. I mean, we knew that coming up as a 20-year-old in that postseason, and then I got to play with him 2 more years, 4 and 5. I said this is going to be one of the greatest right-handed hitters in baseball history, and he ended up. That's exactly what he did.
He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And he was a stud. I mean, you saw what he did with nerves of steel as a 20-year-old in the postseason. The legendary at bat off Roger Clemens when he takes him deep opposite field, which is no small feat. And Pro Player Stadium, that was a gigantic
You got a bone
right
to pick
center.
with that one. Billy and I, as people that had tickets to that game, Carl Pavano game, Alex Gonzalez game, that was supposed to be the moment. We were classy sports fans. We got all this crap for being bad baseball
He didn't deserve
fans.
that ovation from
We
you.
gave him a raucous ovation.
He didn't deserve that.
And then
A big send-off, and he ends up pitching for like 3 more years.
kept us out of the playoffs in 05.
Who knew? That's
Yeah.
like Damie pitched after his parent died.
It was him and A.J.
gave it
Burnett.
up.
Yep.
A.J. Burnett. We were right there in Houston. We score off Clemens
Yep.
because he's
We gave him
mourning
a
his
lead, yep.
parent, and A.J. could not do a shutdown inning.
Nope.
Now I remember why my antenna goes up every time I hear Carl Pavano. Didn't he date Alyssa Milano?
They all dated
Didn't she
Alyssa
say
Milano.
something after they broke up?
They all dated.
There's not one starting pitcher we had who didn't date Alyssa Milano.
That's strange.
Oh, she went through the clubhouse like a summer cold. Not you, Niner.
Not me.
No, definitely not. I didn't want to stop on your story of how you were traded here, but I need to go back just to because I want to give love to Cindy, your wife, because she was the hardest negotiator I ever dealt with in my career. And I dealt with Boris and all the negotiators. Cindy Conine negotiated on behalf of Jeff Conine while he was flying cross country and got an extra year out of us. Cindy did. His wife.
Okay, so what was so tough about that, though?
Why would we want to give him another year? We were trading for him, give him a chance to come home, be at home. We said to Cindy, your husband's going to be home now. She's like, don't need him home, don't want him home, don't care. 1 extra year. And they had an agent, great guy named Michael Watkins. Great guy. Did nothing. So whatever commission you paid him on this deal, did nothing. It was
Did you
all-
have a no trade? Is that why?
It was all Cindy.
This is so not true. This is so not true. Everything is so not true.
Were we on the phone with Cindy?
100%.
Were we told by Watkins that Cindy was holding up the deal?
Maybe, but it wasn't because I wanted an extra year. You
Why'd
guys
you take an extra year?
You guys wanted to break
we
my.
made you take less money, and in return, we'd give you the extra year. You had
No.
to take a pay cut.
No, you wanted to take my next year's contract and split it in half into 2 years, and I'm like, you got to give me something more for my free agent year. That's what the negotiation was, and you didn't want to give it to me at first. They just wanted to split that Orioles salary for my next year in 2004. We're going to split that up into 2 years, and then they thought I was going to be okay with that. But
I believe Jeff.
I believe Jeff.
Of course you guys do, and that's fine. And
that's where the negotiation was. I needed something for that second year.
And he won, or his wife won.
Well, I agreed.
It makes sense.
I didn't win. I
It makes
agreed.
sense.
You know why, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know why?
Wives love money.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's true, Conan.
Jeff, why did almost everybody in this room stop loving baseball about 10, 15 years ago?
Look to your left.
Oh, no, not specifically not like the Marlins anymore, but just baseball in general. It felt like just the fandom kind of fell off, and then that's why they went through all the new rules and everything else they've had to do.
I don't know. I think we're seeing that with other sports now where it's like a cyclical thing that people get tired of it. I know that, the strike in '94 really killed baseball in South Florida. I don't think people realize we drew over 3 million fans our first year. We were on our way to draw close to 3 million the second year in '94 and went on strike. And then after that, I think people just said, all right, we'll go somewhere else and do something else.
Even after 2 World Series, though? I mean, your franchise had cracked the code in terms of how to win fans back outside of having a home run chase. You guys killed it.
Well, that's what Huizinga did in 1997. He gave Dave Dombrowski pretty much opened up the checkbook and said, I want you to build a World Series winning team. I want to see if these fans will come back and really support. And in his mind, they did. They came back. We had a much better attendance than we did in 96, but not to his liking. So he said, okay, that's it. So that's when
He also couldn't get a ballpark.
And he couldn't get a ballpark, so that's when the love affair.
I feel like that's where he
Fall apart.
made the mistake, though, because I remember it was at the parade where it was, enjoy it while you can. We all knew he was going to break it up there. If you want to see the attendance figures, I mean, David, you would know better than me, of course. It's the next year, right? Like, Huizinga probably should have waited. Let's see what the attendance looks like in 98, the year after the World Series, right?
That was such a great team. If they would have kept that team together again and gave us a shot to run it back, I mean, I think you're right. Because Miami loves a winner, and we won. And if bringing back the same team, that would have been special.
It was all ballpark related. He wanted to build an entire facility around pro player. Really, what Stephen Ross has done. Wayne Huizinga had that idea well before Stephen Ross.
Well, it was going to be Wayne's World.
And he was going to call it Wayne's World.
It was going to be Wayne's World. It was going to be a hockey arena. It was going to be a baseball stadium. It was going to be an amusement park, all out west of 75.
Copyright.
Yeah, and. Didn't happen.
Jeff, how do your shoulders get so large? I have issues with shoulders. I never can really get them to grow. Yours seem like they've been that big your entire life.
Good genetics. My dad's pretty.
I'm looking
pretty
at
big
his
guy.
dad right now.
Yeah, right. Thanks. Appreciate that.
I
work out.
He's had that.
This is not by accident. I work a lot. I
Still,
work out
huh?
hard.
They don't
I work
just
out
stay
hard.
that way
I still-
forever?
4 times a week, I'm in the weight room, so I still train like an athlete because I believe I still am one, but even though I'm not.
Niner, thank you for being a Marlins representative to come to the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz, because it doesn't happen often. So
When's the last time have we had?
I think we had Skip Schumacher when he was managing in studio.
Good forearms.
Yeah.
Very.
It's because of him.
That guy's
I-
jacked, too,
I don't
yeah.
eat after 7 p.m. anymore. Really? He has a skip.
And
What's
who,
he doing now?
And well, you guys are talking about tackling who?
We could,
I saw him. I was in the lobby.
I can
you think we can tackle like a kicker?
Somebody said that we couldn't even tackle any punters or kickers in the NFL.
A standard tackling drill.
Have you seen some of these guys, like, after they mess up a punt or something like?
Have you seen the progress I made over the last few months?
I don't know.
Why is he squinting?
I didn't see what it was before.
Yeah, why are you squinting?
I didn't see what it was before, so I don't know what to compare it to.
Listen, it doesn't matter what kind of tackle. If it's a shoestring tackle, it counts.
I once had a teammate said that if a 10-yard buffer that he would be able to tackle or touch Barry Sanders. I said, you're out of your
No
mind.
chance.
No one's claiming that. We're saying we can tackle a
Jason
kicker.
Sanders, not Barry Sanders.
I believe Devon White.
I would love to have, what's his name?
Jason Sanders?
Yeah, come in here and
I'd put him on
prove
the
you
floor.
guys wrong.
I'd put him on the floor. Wow. Don't bring Jason Sanders in here if you don't want him on the floor, Miami Dolphins. We'll put him on the floor. I'm 210 pounds, 6'3". I can tackle him and bring him to the ground. That's right, only 210, Chris.